What is up, my friends? We are live for a Carabao Cup watch along. The Reds travel to the Amex to take on Brighton. How are we? If only you guys knew the work that Connor had to go through for me to be able to wear this jersey with the green screen behind us. Fair play. That's all I'm going to say. I was sitting back and I was watching as Connor messed around with the chroma keys, changed the colour so I could wear this jersey, and here we are. Finally, I'm wearing a Liverpool shirt for a game. So I hope we're all in good form this evening. We have a busy night ahead of us. The team news has been confirmed. We'll go through that momentarily for you as well. So yeah, how are we all doing? What kit do we play in? I would imagine the home shirt, because Brighton blue and white. So yeah, I would imagine it's the home shirt. So yeah, let's go through and we'll talk about the starting 11 that has been leaked by Anfield Edition. It's apparently Yaros, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Gomez, Robbo, Endo, Morton, Szoboszlai, Jones, Diaz, Gakpo. That is apparently the starting 11. We're waiting for absolute confirmation on that one. So yeah, loads to get through tonight. Beautiful away jersey on you, Craig. Suits you perfectly. Thank you. It's a lovely shirt, like I've said all season. I wasn't able to wear it because of the green in the teal doesn't work with the green screen. So I was watching Connor sit back and work away to make sure I could wear it. And well done, Connor. Well done, sir. Craig, you genius. You call Szoboszlai on the right. I know people think I'm an idiot, but I do put a bit of effort into my team selections, and I sat down and tried to figure it out, and now that I know Bradley's available, it became a lot easier. But when I didn't think Bradley was going to be fit when I initially recorded the preview, it was difficult to put together a backline. So yeah, I think, is this an indication that we're going to see Costas at the weekend? That's what my first thoughts are here. So we see, obviously, Andy Robertson starts today. Are we going to see then Costas play at home against Brighton in the league at the weekend? I'm guessing so. But yeah, look, lots to talk about, as I mentioned, so let's get stuck into it. Craven Moorhead, what a name. We love that name. Who isn't Craven a bit? You know. Anyway, bro, thank you. Said, what are your thoughts on Amorim as next United boss? Look, he's a good choice. Look, if you want a deeper diagnosis on it, I'm happy to give it to you. It's the most concerned I've probably been as a Liverpool fan that United are starting to get things right. I do still feel that there are some obstacles that Ruben Amorim will have to get past around the way he sets his team up versus the players United currently have there. So if he sticks to a 3-4-3, I think it'll take a while for United to get used to it. But I think this is the right move. If I was a United fan sitting back watching this, I would be optimistic at the coach. But if I'm an outsider, which I am, speaking to United fans, I'd say be patient, because I don't know if it's going to be an absolute quick success turnaround. He's got a new philosophy, a new style, a new way of setting the team up that will change a lot of what United are used to. So yeah, I would say be optimistic but be patient as well. But as a Liverpool fan, yeah, this is the appointment that makes me think, yeah, maybe they've got it right for once. But what I'm not going to be having, what I'm not having here is anybody trying to tell us that he turned down Liverpool. That narrative needs to drop, because, you know, I'm happy to give my fair assessment of all these things and be honest about it. But, you know, United fans have to do their part here as well and stop this nonsense saying that Amorim didn't accept the job at Liverpool. He was never offered the job at Liverpool. I don't know the bench just yet, Jamie. I'm waiting for confirmation on the bench, mate, and then we'll bring it to you as soon as we get it. I love the content. Thank you, Mr. Nuts. I love these nuts. I love saying that phrase, by the way. Who doesn't love saying these nuts? So welcome in, bro. Welcome in. Nice to have you with us. Craig, be humble. That was me being humble. I thought I was very pragmatic there, to be honest with you. That was, you know, that was me putting my statesman's hat on. Brighton also have a lot of players out. Oh, they defo do. I was going through this list on last night's stream, mate, and I think I still have it here. Bear with me. I'll get you the list. It is quite an extensive list for Brighton that they had players who were a doubt for the game. So, João Pedro, Lewis Dunk, Minta, Milner, Webster, March, Hinchelwood and O'Reilly were all doubts for the game from a Brighton perspective, so they definitely do have injury concerns. Was that work Tuesday? That's a great 11. Yeah, I'm happy enough with it. Happy enough with it. It'll be interesting to see how we get on. Now remember, this tie has to be sorted out tonight, so if it requires penalties, well, penalties we shall be getting. Hello from China, Soleil here. I hope I didn't stay awake for nothing. Well, you're with us, mate, so you're in the right place. Welcome in, nice to have you with us. Where do you watch the games? So for me tonight, I'm watching it on Sky Sports Plus. Is who is showing the game for me over here in Ireland. Nice shirt, thank you. I was only saying a while ago the effort Per O'Connor had to go through so I could wear this jersey, because obviously there's green in the arms and that means green screen wise it just looks see-through, so Connor worked his backside off to make sure I could wear this for the stream, so much love to Connor. Rob Dance says, you're in a Liverpool shirt. Great. I am. And next year you will definitely be seeing me in more Liverpool branded stuff, mate. Once we get the 3 stripes back in, I'm going to be wearing a lot of Liverpool gear on streams. I've just never really been a massive fan of the Nike stuff, Rob. So I haven't bought too much of them, but I do like this shirt. Is the lineup leaked? It was put out by Anfield Edition. That's the ones I seen it with anyway. And Anfield Edition have put the lineup out to say Yaros, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Gomez, Robbo, Endo, Morton, Soboslai, Jones, Diaz, Gakpo. Do we know the Brighton 11? Not yet. We'll get the team news now in the next 5 minutes or so, confirmed. It's an hour and 15 in the league. I think it's about an hour for the League Cup, so we will get that confirmation. And as soon as we do, we'll bring it to you. Is the game on TV? It is indeed. At least in the UK and Ireland, it's on Sky Sports Plus. I'm not, well, in Ireland it is. I'm not sure elsewhere if it's on another platform. Dave O'Cop just confirmed it. Yeah, Dave O'Cop can confirm these nuts. I don't give a fuck what he says, to be honest with you. I'll wait for the club to confirm it. Mr. O'Cop can do one as far as I'm concerned. Another one of these elitist arseholes, in my opinion, so don't care. I'm calling them all out now. At this point, I just don't give a shite anymore. The certain people in our industry try to look down their nose at us. They can kiss my ass, quite frankly, because we're here to take over, like we've said all along, and our community's coming with us. So you either get with the program or you can fuck right off. It's as simple as that. Oh, mate, no need to apologise to me. I was only having a go with him, not you, bro. Not you. But look, once we get a confirmation on it, all good. All good. I'm just I'm in battle mode lately. I'm in battle mode. Jota injury update. After the November international break, based off Arne Slot's press conference yesterday, it looks like it will be after the international break for Elliott, for Alisson, and for Diogo Jota, unfortunately, mate. Mike, how are we, bro? Said, happy days, Craig. Love you, bud. Love you right back, my friend. Thank you. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I love this 2 games a week malarkey. I know for the manager and the players it's going to be really difficult and tiring, but for me as a fan, I mean, it's great. Believe it or not, and I know this is going to sound mental, right? I'm going to have to finish work tonight, do the watch along, match reaction, player ratings, all the usual stuff we do. And then I'm going to have to immediately record the preview to go out in the morning for the league game against Brighton. It always feels so weird doing that. You know, you just finished talking about a game and then you're immediately doing a prediction for the next game already. So yeah, that's going to be dropping in the morning. So I'm just waiting to make sure we don't pick up any new injury concerns or anything like that. Stevie boy, how are we, my Australian friend? Lovely to see you. Said, Craig, will Jota and Robbo be at Liverpool next season? Thoughts? I really don't know on the Jota thing. I don't know what to think. I was reading a piece earlier on today, mate, talking about the fact that he's missed like 100 games in the last 6 years for club and country, I think. And 400 and something days out, something like that over the past 6 years. So I don't know is the answer on Jota. On Robbo, I think he'll be at the club next season, but maybe in a diminished role. If we bring in another left back, I think maybe Robbo's minutes start to get managed a little bit more. But on Jota, I really just don't know what to think, to be honest with you, because it is one of those double-edged swords, isn't it? We know how good he can be, but we also know that he does tend to get involved in impact injuries and stuff like that in these incidents. So, you know, you want players that are robust and reliable, but, you know, you don't want to throw anybody under a bus either. It's a really difficult one on Diogo Jota, I have to say. Of all the players, he's one that I would struggle to form a strong opinion of. Hopefully Kelleher isn't injured. He isn't. No, he isn't, Nazar. It's just the manager talking about managing Kelleher's workload more than anything. Robbo needs a rest. Can't understand this one. Maybe saving Costas for the weekend. That's exactly, Lawrence, what I suggested earlier on when I seen the team as well, mate. For me, that was an indication that we won't be seeing Robbo against Brighton on Saturday, and maybe we're going to see Costas. My brain went exactly the same way yours did. Anakin Skywalker, how are we, bro? My Gyökeres hopes have been crushed. Why is that? I don't understand why your Gyökeres hopes have been crushed. Unless I've missed something. Because I don't expect him to be following Amorim to Old Trafford anytime soon, because they have strikers there. But unless I've missed something, as I've said, I don't think your hopes should be crushed just yet. Why should we sell Jota? Well, I didn't say we should sell Jota. I was asked the question, do I think Jota and Robbo will be here next season? And I said I don't really know what way to think about Jota. And then I just mentioned that I was reading an interesting piece earlier on that showed that he'd missed 100 games for club and country in the last 6 years, which is quite a bit. So again, it's just a question of, you have him, but you can't rely on him to be there for the season, to be available to play. So do you keep him and use him when you are able to use him and when he's available? Or do you maybe look to make a bold decision there and then get somebody who you believe is more robust in? Look, I don't know the answer to that question. It is just a question. Is there any news on Federico Chiesa? Yes, he's just trying to get up to fitness, mate. Again, just to talk about that potential loan to Italy, it isn't going to happen. The manager himself yesterday said that it hadn't even entered his mind, the idea of a loan. So I think it's just, we're going to have to be a little bit patient with Fede and hope that he can build up that fitness and the intensity that's required to play in the Premier League. And, you know, it might take a while. Where's Jayden Dans? He's coming back from I think it's a stress fracture to his lower back, if I'm not mistaken. And he's been out since the summer with that. He's really close to being back. I think he's training with the 21s now. He's out doing stuff on the pitch. So again, you're probably talking another few weeks before he's ready to start playing minutes, maybe at under 21 level. John Cena is retiring next year and he needs a worthy opponent. Surely he'll do the job. I mean, I don't see why not. You know, it goes to... You know, I get where you're coming from. There's only a few of us on planet Earth that could square up to Cena, so yeah. Ewan Thomas said, "Man, I love your videos. They're so funny and good." Thank you, Ewan. That's really kind of you. Thank you, mate. I'm just a bit of a weird fella, mate. You know, if I really let you into my brain and some of the stupid crap that goes through it.
Nobody needs to see inside that brain.
See, my wife's even shouting in, no one needs to see inside that brain. Because my wife's subjected to some of my little sing-songs as I go around the house, and she's like, "Have you listened to what you're singing?" I'm like, "No, just sing what comes into my head." And she said, "Well, if I recorded you, you'd be cancelled." What does Robbo starting this game mean? My guess, Roy, and it is a guess, of course, would be that we'll see Costas at the weekend. Right, we now have absolute confirmation on the team. So we can talk you through the starting 11 and the bench. So it is Yaros, Bradley, Robertson, Kwanzaa, and who's the other centre-back? Gomez. In midfield then, Endo, Morton, and Jones, and then Gakpo, Diaz, and Szoboszlai. Sorry, it's just I hate Liverpool putting their team out in numerical order. On the bench, Kelleher, Van Dijk, Kanade, Darwin, Maka, Salah, Costas, Young, and Neoni. So that's the bench. No Nallo on the bench, which is an interesting one. Do you think Tyson is going to knock out Jake Paul? I don't want the fight to happen. I'll be honest with you, mate. I don't see what's to be gained from it. You've got a 60-year-old man against a young flit in his prime. I just don't understand why anyone needs to see it. I don't want to see it, and I'm somebody who idolizes Mike Tyson. I don't want to see it. Right, so Renal Young, who is on the bench today for Liverpool, 18 years of age, and he plays as a forward, a right-sided forward predominantly. So that is the youngster that's on the bench, because I have to admit I had to look this up when I seen his name on there, and thank you for sending that on to me, Connor. Right, here's the lineup for Brighton. It's Steele, Lamptey, Igor Julio, Gruda, and Cisco, Adingra, Mulder, Kadioglu, Vriefer, Ferguson and Van Heck. That is the Brighton starting 11. On their bench for Brooken, Welbeck, Beleba, Matoma, Iari, Estupinan, Veltman, Hinchelwood and Torrance. So yeah, they've gone strong with their bench like we have as well. Both managers testing the waters to see how the fringe players get on, knowing that if they need to pull something out the hat, they will be able to look to the bench. Remember, this has to be settled tonight, so it will go to penalties if needs be. No Welbeck, he's on the bench. Matoma's on the bench. Just like us, they've rotated quite a bit, but left a strong bench. Jamie said, Craig, Renell Young has been at Liverpool since he was 11. What a nice reward. Absolutely. It's always lovely to see these guys get their first taste of first team action and the first call up to a squad. It will absolutely stand them in good stead moving forward. Mr. Skywalker, how are you, bro? Said, missed a couple of streams. What's the Marmouche news? So, I guess it's twofold, mate. There was reports in Germany saying that Liverpool, I think it came from either Florian Plettenberg or Bild, I'm not sure which one, said that Liverpool are looking at Omar Marmouche. He'd say yes to Liverpool immediately, wants to move to the Premier League, and you're looking at about £50 million, give or take. And look, if we need a forward, he'll be right in the mix. You know, he'll be right up there, and as he should be. So that's pretty much the news, that it's a doable deal if Liverpool wanted to get it done. Would prefer to go to pens because it proves we didn't go too strong, said Cyberflea. Yeah, I'm always torn in these moments because, of course, I want Liverpool to progress, but I also don't want us to pick up knock strains or injuries that carry through to the league, Champions League. We've already got enough injury concerns, so I think the manager has done right here to make sure we have a strong bench, a mix of experience, fringe players and a little bit of youth. So I'm alright. I'm alright with the team selection. I think both managers have balanced it out there. What would you say about dropping out of the Carabao Cup to focus on the League and Champions League? Look, they're the priority. There's no denying that. I think you got to take a punt at these competitions, see how you get on. Like for tonight, as an example, if we get past Brighton, you're in the quarter-final. You know, you're only 2 games from Wembley. So, you know, I think you start taking it more and more seriously as each round ticks by. It does have to be resolved tonight. Remember, it's going to go straight to penalties if it's a draw at the end of the game. If you knew what you do now about Núñez, would you still make the signing? No, I don't think I would, Jamie, if I'm being honest with you. I love Darwin. I hope it works out. I'm glad he's here. But if I could see into the future based off the time we were signing him, no, I probably would. I've spent the money elsewhere, to be honest. No extra time. No, straight to penalties in the Carabao Cup. So, yeah, no extra time for those asking about that. It'll go straight to penalties. No VAR, yeah, no VAR tonight either. So remember that once the linesman or the liner makes the decision, that's it. No VAR. You don't have to look around. So I'm looking forward to this, to be honest. Now I hope there isn't an incident that makes us regret there being no VAR. But yeah, it's going to be nice to know if we score or even if we concede. Just look across to the linesman. If you don't see a flag, goal's getting given. Right, I need a favour, everybody. So obviously I need the likes up. We've got about 53 minutes to get up to 1,000 likes. But as you can see in the top corner, we were at 279,000. But then YouTube did a clean up where they got rid of bots and stuff, which I fully support. So we want to make sure we get back to 279, and we're only 90 subscribers away. So if you can, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a like on the stream for us as well. We're going to take you right throughout the game today, all the way through penalties if needs be, match reaction, player ratings videos, lots of stuff to keep you guys and girls amused. Is Trent injured? No, I think it's just a case of he was managing a niggle anyway. So this felt like an opportunity to just give him a few days of rest. With Bradley being available, I think it gave Arne Slot a little bit of breathing room on that one. So no, he's not. Do you reckon Liverpool will go far in this cup? Honestly, and I'm going to be blunt about it, I'm not looking past Brighton. They're no mugs. I'm not expecting this to be easy whatsoever. So hand on heart, I'm not looking past this game. Not at all for this competition. Yeah, so no, I'm not thinking that far ahead yet. No, Salah isn't injured. He's on the bench. Again, this is the League Cup. It's going to see a lot of rotation and players rested, because a lot of managers correctly look at this as a way of giving guys a bit of a breather and bringing in the fringe players. You know, and then if we need to bring off the heavy hitters off the bench, so be it. The priority is the league. Absolutely it is. The league and the Champions League. Especially with where we are now in the Premier League. You know, we've got the draw at the Emirates. We are 4 points clear of Arsenal, 1 point currently behind Man City. It's there to play for. I've got a signed shirt from Craig. I was trying to think. I did sign a few shirts over a while, so maybe it was one of them. I can't remember. Didn't know Naomi's actual first name was Trey Morris. Yeah, I found that out about a month ago. It's so cool, isn't it? Trey Morris sounds like a pretty cool name, to be fair. Trey Morris Naomi. I like it. If not Nunez, who would you have signed? Oh, not being able to look ahead like I am now. Sesko, probably. I'd have probably gone all in to try and get Sesko. I like Benjamin Sesko. Isak is another one I wouldn't have said no to at Liverpool, in all honesty. Marmouche, you know, if we had known what way his career was going to go, certainly if we could look to the future. What boots did I used to wear? Adidas, of course. Derek, come on now. It's me. Adidas all the way. Although I didn't wear Adidas goalkeeping gloves. I wore Roosh goalkeeping gloves. What time does the game start USA time? I don't know, because I don't know what part of America you're in, but it starts in 50 minutes. Buy back Solanke? No. I never understood Spurs being willing to pay 65 million quid for a player who's had one good season. And he's only had one good season. So, yeah, I would have said no to buying him back. Dom is starting, mate. Yeah, he is starting. Wufu, he's starting there. Again, if you haven't seen the starting 11, it is Yarosh in goal. Then it is Bradley at right back, Robbo at left back, Kwanzaa and Gomez are the centre backs. We believe that the midfield is going to be Endo, Morton, and who's the third one? Who's the third midfielder? Jones, and then Soboslai, Gakpo, and Diaz as the forwards. Which Liverpool player's haircut would I most like to have? I don't, mate. I like my hair bald, so I don't know. I don't look at. I don't really look at them and think I'd like that haircut. I don't really think about hair that much, to be honest. See Valencia have the floods. I know it looks terrible, to be fair, Alex, mate. I've seen some imagery from the floods and stuff. It's devastating. Abdulmajid said, I'm from Seattle. It starts at 12:30. Love the new jersey. It's not really new. I just can't wear it normally on a watch-along because of the green screen and the arm. So Connor had to spend about 25-30 minutes trying to mess around with the settings so I could wear it on the stream today. So, yeah, again, big thank you to Connor for that. Oh, by the way, I don't give myself much credit, but I've lost £9. I weighed myself. I've lost £9. So I'm on the right track. That was a nice little boost for me today. I felt good about that because I need to lose a lot more. But yeah, £9. I'm on the way. Thank you. Yeah, look, I got a lot more to go, obviously, but started just doing little things to try and change my habits a little bit, you know. So a lot more to go, but look, you know, lost £9. Did you drop your wallet? I don't have £9 in my wallet. Do you know what? I don't really carry cash these days either. My wallet's my phone pretty much these days. I don't get that much pocket money from the wife either, to be honest with you, you know. Rodri disgrace. I disagree. I think Rodri's a deserving winner of the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, gotta be honest. I hate Manchester City with a passion, but I admire how good a player Rodri is. Who would you want to stay out of the three? Virgil, Salah. I want them all to stay, mate. I want them all to stay. I think in order of importance, you'd have to say Trent because of his age. But if you're talking about who would have the biggest impact this season if they left, I'd say it's Van Dijk. If you took Van Dijk out of our team, I think we'd be in trouble. So I want all three to stay. But the way I'm feeling at the minute, and it is just based off my own gut feeling, is I feel Virgil's going to stay. Salah could go either way, and I'm leaning towards Trent going at this point. I hope I'm wrong. I hope there's more positivity coming, but I just don't get the sense at the minute that we're close to a breakthrough, and I hope I'm wrong. Tom Judge said, £9 for your £9 loss. Oh, mate, I meant to say I lost £9,000. Sorry. Thank you so much, Tom. That's really kind of you, mate. Appreciate your support. And look, I got to do it. And you know, I said to you guys as well the other day, yesterday, that a very close relative of mine, a cousin who I look at like a big brother, went into hospital and had to have a stent put in and had to have, you know, clear a blockage in his heart. And it makes you think, you know, it definitely makes you think you're getting older. You need to look after yourself a bit better. So yeah. And as well, I'm a fairly stressed out man most of the time on here. It doesn't help if you're stressed and you're angry, you're overweight and you're tired, and yeah, I got to look after myself a bit better. Whereas Gravenberch, probably rested, mate. Probably rested because, you know, the manager has to take the opportunities when he can to rest a few players up. Wes Robert said, processed food, sugar, stress and snacking has destroyed my health for a long time. Do you know what gets me, Wes? Really, I'm just a fucker for carbs. That's what kills me, mate. It's breads, basically. You know, I love bread so much, like ridiculously, and I love pasta, and I love, you know, just crap I shouldn't really be eating. Liam said, I lost over £13. Do I get £13? Well, if I ever see you, Limo, I'll absolutely give you that £13, mate, as a thank you and a congratulations for losing that weight. You should be proud of yourself, mate. Well done. And I'm not being smart arse. I'm sincere, mate. Well done. Do you like Chinese food? Do you know what? Honestly, I don't really eat takeaways anymore. And that's another thing I've done. You know, when the family get a takeaway, I'll just make something from scratch at home. So I've done simple things like just substituting like a chicken tender for chicken fillet. Simple little things like just making small little tiny changes to try and slowly over the course of a few months maybe get into better routines. Because I'm autistic. I'm on the autism spectrum with my Asperger's, and routine is a huge part of my life and what I do. So, you know, if I can get into good routines, then that becomes part of my life as well. Danny Cross said, sure looks good on you, mate. Good luck on your weight loss, watching from Apollo Beach, Florida. Thank you, Danny. I lost 102 pounds before, Danny, believe it or not, mate. You know, so I've been there. I got right down to 12 stone. And then COVID came, fucked me right up again, started doing all the wrong things again, and the weight piled back on. So now I'm just trying to get there bit by bit, but I really do appreciate your support. Thank you. Cyberflea said COVID killed me. I think a lot of us were that way, bro. I think a lot of us were that way because, you know, your mindset during COVID is any little win or treat or positive buzz you can give yourself to just get through another day. You know, whether that is, I'm going to have a shitty bit of food, or you were just looking for any little win, you know, any little positive you can give yourself during COVID times where we were all stuck indoors. I don't think you're on your own, mate. There's loads of us who felt that way during COVID and struggled. Sorry, 1 second. Just looking at something Mark sent. Yeah, Connor, you need to change the subs, mate. Soboslai's on the subs and the starting 11. So we need to change that, Connor, if you get a chance. Wesley put on 35 pounds during COVID. Yeah, I'd imagine, Wesley, there's lots of us like that, bro. Lots of us. Right. Give us your score predictions ahead of the game. Let us know what you're thinking. My prediction was that it was 1-1 and it would go to penalties and we'd win on penalties. So I'm going to stick with that one. I love your tattoos. Hope you get a Liverpool one. I have one. I have a Liverpool one on my leg. So yes, I do have one there. Right, so here comes some score predictions. Jay Muse going 2-1 to Liverpool. 3-0 for L Power Music. Goldman 13, 3-1. Ben 3-1. Mark St. João Pedro's injured. 4-2 for David White. 2-1 for Mike. Mike Rowlands going 2-1 to Liverpool as well. Robert Sayre 1-0. 2-0 for Sean Dickinson. Mohammed's going 2-0. CD Sava 2-0. Phoenix 2-1. Nadamulo 888 4-0. Nice. I think Goombi's going 2-1. A lot of people think it's going to be tight by the looks of the chat. A lot, one goal in it. And I think you're probably right. You know, they're no mugs, Brighton. Absolutely not. They're a very good side. Have got some good results this season. But I also think that they committed to attack and they commit to going forward and getting bodies forward. I think it's going to be an expansive, open game and hopefully fun. And don't forget, we have them again on Saturday in the league at Anfield. 3 p.m. kickoff. Think the keeper will shine tonight, said Sean Dickinson. Yeah, very interested to see Vyroslav Jarosz. I'm just going to say Jarosz. Very happy to see him get a run out. There is no extra time, Ian. There's no extra time tonight, mate. It would go straight to penalties if it was a draw at the end of 90. What do I think of Evan Ferguson? As an Irishman, I'm very optimistic on Evan Ferguson's future. He's a good young talent. He's had some injury concerns, but he's a talent nonetheless. And as an Irishman, I'm very, very happy that we have Evan Ferguson. So what time is kickoff tonight, said Kevin Bayliss. Mate, it is a 7:30 kickoff, so 38 minutes to go. Tony Miller, how are you, my friend? And thank you for your super chat. Tony said, good to see Wataru Endo starting. It is, mate. It absolutely is. And it's, I guess, a reward for his professionalism, as Arne Slot said the other night. He just doesn't complain, goes about his work, and does what he needs to do. And it was nice to see Arne Slot single him out for some attention the other day in a positive way. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see him. And of course, looking forward to seeing Tyler Morton play tonight as well. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, a couple of little bits and pieces. Firstly, if you can, do hit that like button for me. Secondly, we are only now 63 away from 279k for the second time. So if you can, hit that subscribe button as well. Oh, Manscaped are sending me out a few new goodies, by the way. They're sending me out the dome shaver. So Manscaped now have a razor for shaving your head bald. So obviously, that was made and ready to go for me. So I'm getting some new Manscaped goodies as well soon. And don't forget, you can see the code there on the screen. If you want to get yourself anything on Manscaped, 20% off and free shipping with our code there, Anfield20. Craig, do you think we can win the Champions League? Of course, Ethan, absolutely. I don't think we're necessarily going to, but we are. If you were to pick out 5 teams that could win the Champions League, I would struggle for anybody to not have us in that 5. Do I think Steele will have more than 3 saves? Oh, guess he was looking to put a bet on. Do you know what, mate? That market is one I don't ever really look at in football. Do I think he'll have more than 3 saves? More than 3, so 4 upwards. Don't know. It's tough because let's say we score 2 as an example, and you're looking back to the average shots on target that we've had in recent games. It's kind of seemed to go between 2 and 5. So I don't know, mate. I wouldn't be putting it on anyway, personally, but it's a tough one. It is a tough one. And it's not a market I'm used to betting on. So I would stay clear of it personally. But if I had to answer you, no. Safal, welcome in. Said you're a new family member. Well, welcome to the family, my friend. Am I betting on another Van Dijk header? No, because he's not playing. And I knew he wasn't going to be in the starting 11. So, no. I only put them on when Sky are stupid enough to give 20-1 odds on it. So whenever I see them up the odds to 20-1, I stick a 5 or a 10 on a Van Dijk header. Do you think Ipswich has a higher chance of winning the Premier League than United? No, I don't, mate. They both have no chance, but you know, if you had to say which one's more likely, you'd say United, obviously. No Trent on the bench. Yeah, I think it's just no Gravenberch either, mate. It's just a matter of the manager giving them a breather. You know, it's one of the few opportunities he's going to have to maybe rest up some players as the games are coming twice a week. So, yeah. I'd imagine we'll see Trent back in, though, for the weekend. And probably, I mean, what I'm wondering from the team selection is this an indication that we're going to see Costas at the weekend? Right, let me just check something here. Just want to check that my clocks are working. Yep, cool. Thoughts of Gyökeres as a Núñez replacement? Look, no problem with him. Gyökeres I would have no issues with. Marmoush I'd have no issues with. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how Darwin gets on. Because I'll be honest with you about Darwin, I'm seeing positive signs from Darwin in recent games. And I think if he can continue that, impacting games like he has, whether they be through goals, assists, yeah, I think we're we've enough possibility to be losing players because of the contract situation. I don't really even want to think about sales on top of that yet. I just bought my new kit in Bosnia. Well in, Matic, well in. I want Gyökeres. It's another Hungarian name you can struggle with after Soboslai. He's Swedish, is he not? Gyökeres. I'm almost certainly Swedish, isn't he? I mean, I don't know, Kai, what you expect me to do about this. But he didn't. You know, you're entitled to your opinion, mate, absolutely, but he didn't win it, so, you know, I'm not trying to make stuff up. You can see Rodri won the Ballon d'Or. You can say you're disappointed with it, fair enough, and I appreciate where you're coming from, but look, I think the whole Ballon d'Or thing is just joke these days anyway, and I think Real Madrid's behaviour is an even bigger joke. Would I take Adeyemi as a Salah replacement? There are some things about Adeyemi that worry me. Some injury concerns I would still have. He's certainly a talent, though. I wouldn't be... Look, the best way I can answer it is I wouldn't be displeased if Liverpool signed Karim Adeyemi. So Gyökeres has Hungarian nationality as well. He was born and raised in Stockholm, but he is of Hungarian descent via his grandfather. So there you go. But yeah, look, if you want to start playing the pronunciation game, I'll give you some Irish names, and you can have a bash at pronouncing them. And I guarantee you'll look equally as silly as I do trying to pronounce Hungarian names. It just is what it is, isn't it? You know, I lean into it though. I have a laugh with it. Thoughts on Trent's contract? I think he's leaving. That's my thoughts on it. I hope I'm wrong. I don't know anything you don't know about it, by the way. You know, I definitely haven't got information nobody else has. My gut feeling at the minute is that part of me just wants, why is it taking so long? And that's the part that concerns me. If he really wanted to stay, and I know Liverpool really want him to stay, I don't see how it drags on this long. Siobhan, Oisin, Cueva, to name just a few. Absolutely. Cuivine, even our goalkeeper, Robert. Cuivine Kelleher is a difficult one. My daughter's name, Circa, another difficult one. Nope, Trent isn't on the bench, mate. Trent isn't on the bench. Gravenberch isn't on the bench either. Arungida. Will I dislike Trent if he leaves? No, I wouldn't use the phrase dislike. No. I view these things as a player twofold. The player commits to a contract, and if they see at the contract, they've done what they've committed to. But at the same time, I need to know why he wants to leave if he leaves before I'm able to form an answer. Because if he said he wanted to leave because he doesn't think Liverpool can win stuff, I'm calling bullshit on that. But if he said he wants to leave because he wants to try another culture, I'd be understanding of it, but I'd still feel like it could have been done in a better way. Like, I think what a lot of Liverpool fans struggle with around the Trent situation is the idea of maybe losing somebody who's probably £100 million player for nothing, and the club not benefiting at all from Trent's development. I think that's what would suck for a lot of people. But no, I don't do the whole toxic stuff like that. I don't have time for it. But I guarantee you one thing: he'll regret it. He'll look back and he'll regret it if he does join Real Madrid. I'm not saying he won't win some stuff there, but when he's 40 and he's walking around Liverpool and he's looked at in a different way by a lot of people and spoken about in a different breath to a Steven Gerrard or a Kenny Dalglish, I think that's when it might hit him. But he's free to do what he wants to do. It's his life, it's his career. Leon, how are you, bro? Said Liverpool to win 3-1 and Gakpo to run the show. I like it. Sign me up for that one, Leon. I'll take it. What's this? Omar Marmoush putting the Halloween masks on there for his goal celebration against Gladbach. From a business point of view, it would be disastrous for him to leave. Selling him for free would put pure profit on. Abdi, mate. I agree. Like, we can talk about the trend part of it, and we will. But you're right, from the club's perspective, to allow this situation to develop is just, it's either arrogance or stupidity, Addy. I can't figure out which one it is. But it's mental. For people that are supposed to be clever and are supposed to be good with money, to allow £100 million player to walk out the door for nothing, potentially, is mental. Do you think Bradley will replace him if he goes, or will we sign somebody? Probably a mixture of both. I think Liverpool would probably look to bring in somebody a bit more experienced than Bradley, so we have both bases covered. You know, a young up-and-coming defender, and then maybe somebody a little bit more senior, a little bit more experienced. That would be my thinking. Now, who that is, I haven't got a clue. How much would you sell Trent for if you had to? So, the only option to sell Trent is in January, because he's leaving for free or he's signing a new deal. So either way, in the summer, he could be free one way or the other. So for me, in January, there's no point in selling him. So there isn't a number that I think Liverpool should agree to in January, because I guess the answer to the question is, what's his value to Liverpool for the rest of the season and the potential to win things versus the cash we'd receive that may cost us in other places. So let's say, worst case scenario, you sold Trent for 25 million. Well, if you don't make the Champions League next season, you're down. So that 25 million becomes redundant. So it's a gamble, but I wouldn't sell him. And I don't think the club would have any intention of selling him in January either. Trent stays, look at Gerrard, or leave, seen his own. Exactly. And the difference is, though, Harry, when Owen left and when McManaman left, they could at least put forward an argument that they wanted to win stuff in their careers, and at that point Liverpool weren't challenging for European Cups and league titles. Trent doesn't have that excuse. He doesn't have that opportunity to gloss over why he's leaving. You know, nobody can say that Liverpool aren't challenging for honours. So, again, it's a different landscape. And I hope he's looking at the whole Real Madrid circus as well, and what's happened over the last few weeks. The Ballon d'Or stuff, the fact that they're already turning on his mate Jude Bellingham over there. You know, it's his career, though. Craig and Liverpool top for the first time in a while. It's because I haven't liked them. I've been really honest about it, mate. I haven't liked a lot of the Liverpool stuff under Nike, but this is a shirt I liked, and I told you I'd bought it. I just couldn't wear this one on screen because it has green in it, and I had to get Connor to work really really hard, and some difficult work to make sure that I can wear this with the green screen. So, yeah, big love to Connor for all his hard work. Nepal's in the house. How are we, my friend? Right. Trent would be silly not to move to Madrid. Why? Why? Genuinely, why? Like, if he goes to Madrid, do you think he's going to win a Ballon d'Or? I don't. I don't. Because I don't think he's going to win a Ballon d'Or full stop, whether it's at Madrid or Liverpool. And at some point in his life, he's going to want to come back to his home city and walk around and eat out and go shopping and socialise. And how does he want to be looked at and remembered? That's up to him. If he can take the criticisms that might come his way at a later stage in his life, or if he can take his legacy being spoken about in a different way to Gerrard, Dalglish, Carragher, that's his choice. Crash, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, bro. Appreciate you. Right, we've got 24 minutes. We need 367 likes, sorry. So if you can, hit that like button. Keep hitting the subscribe button as well. We need to get past the 279,000 subscriber mark for the second time. So yes, all of your help's greatly appreciated. Again, keep your thoughts coming in ahead of the game. If you haven't seen the team yet, it's on the screen there in front of you. And the bench is going across the bottom as well. Would I like Alphonso Davies to replace Robbo? Do I think it would be possible? So, look, I like Alphonso Davies as a player. I just think there's going to be a bidding war if he leaves Bayern, and I don't see Liverpool paying what it would take. Whereas other clubs, I believe, would be willing to put a bit more into it. So, as a player, yes, but realistically, I don't think so. LFC 1892 said, something makes me feel that he has a higher chance of winning the Ballon d'Or at Liverpool than at Real Madrid. I don't think it'll happen now. Look, honestly, I love Trent. I don't think he wins the Ballon d'Or ever. I don't. I gotta be honest about it. I don't. If he stays at Liverpool or goes to Madrid, I don't see him ever winning a Ballon d'Or. I hope Trent knows that if he goes to Madrid, then he'll have to put up with the Madristas, and we'll all know that won't go down well. So let me tell you how this pans out for Trent. If he goes to Madrid, he'll finish out this. He'll finish out this season. He'll go to Madrid next year. He'll start in the Madrid team, and as soon as he has one bad game, everybody be screaming for Carvajal, and Trent will be a fraud, and he'll be shit, and they'll be talking about him in the media, and they'll be saying what a flop he is. And he'll be benched, and Carvajal will end up playing. So that's the Madrid fans. That's the Madrid media. That's Madrid. Whereas over here, when he gets criticised by Roy Keane or anybody else, there's lots of people like me and you and Red Men and the Anfield Rap and Copish and others who will defend Trent and get behind our boy. Right, a couple of messages. Liam, how are you, sir? Said much love the t-shirt. Come on, you Reds. Thank you, Liam. Appreciate you, sir. Here's my friend Ruben. How are we? Lovely to see you in as always. I can't help but feel disappointed at Chiesa's injury situation. Seems like we knew this would happen, but signed him anyway. A bit strange. I gotta sort of correct you on something there. You're right. We did know it would happen. But it isn't an injury. It's a fitness thing and a fatigue thing and an intensity thing. So I always expected it would take time to build him up. So I'm a little bit more understanding of it. Now, I'm not denying the possibility that if he comes back in, we will see injuries, mate. I'm not denying that. But for the minute, I'm very understanding of Arne Slot's mindset of building up his fitness for the longer term rather than just trying to have him in and out now, in and out, picking up a knock, in and out, in and out. Just get him ready, get him fit. And, you know, think back to Robbo when he signed for Liverpool as an example. I think it was a good 4 or 5 months before we start seeing Andy Robertson regularly in the Liverpool team. Silver. Hi, Craig. Is a community Discord in the future plans? I think it would be cool. It's a place where everybody can chat. So we do have a Discord. It isn't open to everybody because we did that previously and it became a shit show very quickly, where it was hijacked by people who were coming in to spam, lie, try and cause division in the community and cause rows in there, and we knocked it on the head. So kind of once bitten, twice shy on it, mate. You know, we like to stand over everything we put our name to, make sure that it's moderated well and there's no toxicity, hate or division in it, and we can't really do that with an open Discord. So yeah, that's the long answer. Unfortunately, now look, we are looking to do other things that will make you guys more involved in the content moving forward, stuff that we're working on with some developers and stuff we're working on in the background. Kai, how are you, sir? Said, I understand if Trent goes, it's still Real Madrid. Absolutely. I can see the appeal of Madrid. I'm not trying to deny that. But obviously I'm going to try and fight to get Trent to stay, right? I'm a Liverpool fan. My objective here as a Liverpool fan is to hopefully get something that will trigger something in Trent's mind. A comment from somebody. Or, you know, we all just say we don't want him. I'm just hoping that he understands we want him to stay as a fan base. Do you have to be a member to get a comment read out? Not at all. I've read out, I'd say, 70% non-member, non-super chat stuff, 30%. No, mate, what happens is, if you could see my screen now, right, I've got the chat open in the middle of my screen, top to bottom of the screen, and I just randomly just look what catches my eye and I read a comment. Now, of course, if a super chat comes in, I make that a priority because somebody's after spending the hard-earned money and I don't want them to be disappointed. But no, I try to read out as much as I can because you're important to us. Your viewership, your interaction, it's important to us. So I try to respect that as well. And of course, I've always said this, you know, there's a reason we keep our content free. And I know people sometimes get upset about ad reads and stuff like that. And I hear you. But we also have to try and strike that balance and walk that tightrope between being able to keep the lights on and make sure that we're as... what's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word I'm looking for? Not achievable. What's the word I'm looking for? Accessible is probably the word. To as many people as we can. Stargirl, how are you? Nice to see you in. No, appealing wasn't the word. It's accessible. I want to make sure that finances aren't a barrier for anybody to be involved in what we do. Right, Stargirl said, I've got no problem with Trent wanting to go to Madrid. What I wouldn't like is if he ran his contract down and we didn't get any money for him. Well, I guess that's probably where we're at now, Stargirl, with the options. There is no getting money from at this point. It'll be a case of he either signs or he leaves for free. What am I wearing for Halloween? Nothing. No, nothing, mate. So, for instance, I think I'm right in saying we're the biggest Liverpool community that doesn't have a paywall. And again, I'm not judging other people for their business models. That's each to their own. But we just made a conscious decision and a promise from day one that our content would be free. So we're going to stick to that. Love once again from Romania. Thank you. Horion, welcome in. Submitted my final paramedic science essay today, 1 month ago, and I'm a paramedic. So proud of you, mate. So proud of you. And what a great job as well. Yeah, paramedic, well in. You know, going to be out there helping people on a daily basis, saving lives. Well done. Should be proud of yourself. Elks, member with us for 5 months. Play Brighton back-to-back, also Ireland in 2 weeks. Enjoy when you come over. So, yeah, Brighton back-to-back, true. We've 3 o'clock on Saturday as well in the league. Don't forget, by the way, I want to mention this before we get underway. Only 2 weeks to go. 2 weeks on Friday, we're going to be in Liverpool for a live show. If you want to come and see us, you can get your tickets with the link at the top of the chat. No, it's not at the top of the chat. It's in the description of the stream. At the top of the chat, you'll see a link for our Clips channel. If you haven't subscribed to Anfield Agenda Clips, would love you to help us get that channel towards the 100k mark in the future. Be a long way away from it now, but if you can, drop a sub to the Clips channel as well. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Kansas in the house. Mitch, how are we, my friend? Lovely to see you in, bro. Have I decided about whether I'm quitting or not, Moose? Yes, I have decided, mate. I made that decision the other day. I just haven't told anybody about what I'm doing yet. But I have come to my conclusion, yes. How's family? Good. Yeah, my son's on a week off school, obviously for the midterm, so he's happy. My daughter's working, so she's good. But yeah, life's good. Everyone's healthy here and well, so yeah, happy. Aaron said, greetings from the US. How are you? I'm good, thank you, my friend. Yeah, I'm good. Halloween is a special night for me for a different reason. Because Halloween was the night I started dating my wife. So this Halloween, myself and Sabrina are together an unbelievable 24 years. 24 years we're together. Like, that is mental. It's more of my life than not, you know, if you get me. I've been with Sabrina for more than half of my life now. Brian, how are you, bro? Gifted 50 Anfield Agenda memberships. We had a call actually earlier on. I asked Brian, was he free for a chat, because I hadn't caught up with him in a while. It was nice to catch up with you, Brian, and thank you, mate, as always. Quit what? So he asked me had I made a decision on whether I'm retiring at the end of the year or not, and I said I had made my decision, but I haven't communicated that to anybody yet. So that's the answer to that question. Nessie, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in. Happy Diwali. Right, if I'm not mistaken, that's the Festival of Light. If I'm not mistaken. I've learned a lot over the years, Nessie, about different cultures and celebrations, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Diwali is a celebration of the Festival of Light. So happy Diwali to you, Craig, Sabrina, and the AA family. Wishing everybody in the chat good health and lots of happiness. And right back to you, Nessie. Thank you. Oh, did anybody watch the Australian version of The Office that's on Amazon Prime? Very interesting. I've only started watching there's only one season, but I started watching it the other night. Charlie said, do you know much about Ronell Young? Young lad on our bench. I'll be honest, not heard his name before. No, I don't. But he is a young forward. Been at the club since he was 11 or 12. Right-sided predominantly, from what I understand, Charlie. But you're not on your own, mate. There's always a name or two every year in the Carabao Cup that has a lot of us frantically searching and Googling. The Penguin. I have the Penguin, Billy. I have that saved. I'm going to watch that. It's a one episode a week thing they're releasing, so I'm letting it build up a bit before I get stuck into the Penguin. But anything an Irishman is in, Mr. Colin Farrell, I'll be watching. So thank you again to Brian, by the way, for all of those gifted memberships. Always so generous. Mohammed, how are you, sir? And thank you for gifting. Mohammed Ashraf, thank you for gifting a membership, mate. Right. We've got 11 minutes and I need you guys to get up another 165 likes. So let's keep this run going. If you haven't, please do hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. We're now only 28 away from 279,000. Did I see your joke? I didn't, mate, because there was a lot of stuff on the screen because memberships and stuff coming in. Is the game on telly in England? Well, I'm in Ireland and it's on TV on Sky Sports Plus here. So I would imagine in the UK it's probably the same. I don't think it is on Sky Sports main event, Dan. I think that's Spurs City, if I'm not mistaken, mate. I think it's Sky Sports Plus for this one. Why do I have a Liverpool kit on? I can't win. I just can't win, can I? Because I like the jersey, and the reason I couldn't wear it until today was because we needed to readjust the settings for the green screen because there's green in the jersey, or teal, so yeah, that's why. Is Canade the player of the season so far? He's up there. He's up there, my friend, but I would say at a jokey that I would go with Gravenberch, mate, for me. But Ibu right up there. Right, what music do I listen to? Oh, I listen to so much different types of music, mate. Obviously, so there's probably a lot you guys don't know about me, but back in my younger days when I was a DJ, I promoted and started one of Ireland's first hip-hop and R&B nights, believe it or not. So I've always had a love for like Motown all the way right through to rap. So yeah, massively into hip-hop, R&B, rap, country music as well, believe it or not. I love me a bit of Garth Brooks, huge Garth Brooks fan. Oasis, obviously best band ever. So yeah, I have a hugely eclectic mix of musical tastes. And you could hear me listening to anything, honestly. Pretty much most genres. Don, thank you, mate, for coming back to Anfield Agenda Ultras. Appreciate your support. We only need 18 more likes to go, and we've 8 minutes. So remember, keep hitting that like button if you haven't done so. Have I heard Eminem's new album? I haven't yet, Darren, no. Now, that's one thing, Darren, I will admit that I'm not very good at, and that's taking on new music. For instance, I'm really, really late to certain songs that have been doing the rounds for quite a while, like Not Like Us from Kendrick Lamar as an example. I only started listening to that song probably about 2 months ago, and now I listen to it every day. But I'm not great at bringing in new music because I'm one of those kind of, I have enough music I like from the olden days that I struggle to accept in new music to the old brain. But every so often something will break through. The Oasis Brothers would be one reality drama I would watch. I still can't get my ticket for Dublin, by the way. So if anybody has a spare ticket to Oasis in Dublin and want me to come along and join them for the show, I'll happily buy that ticket off you. So yeah, if anybody has a spare ticket to Oasis in Dublin, let me know, because I haven't been able to get one yet. Connor has one though. Haven't you, Connor? But that's okay. Connor hasn't seen Oasis before yet. I'm lucky. I've seen them about 6 times. What team is close to your heart and best veg? There is no best veg. Fuck veg. Let's get that straight. No such thing as good veg. My wife will kill me for saying that because she loves vegetables. And what team is close to my heart? Liverpool. That's really it. Like, I'm that boring of a dude. Yeah, it's Liverpool. That's it. Connor said, very lucky to get one. Yeah. Don't start you bastard. Now, look, I wouldn't begrudge Connor the experience. You know, he's never been to see Oasis before, as I've said. I'm lucky enough that I was around the first time when Oasis were doing the rounds and got to see them loads of times. Got to see them down in Cork with the Prodigy. Got to see them 3 nights in a row in Dublin at the Old Point Depot. Got to see them in Lansdowne Road. So, yeah, very lucky in that sense. I actually ate broccoli last week. It was horrible. I know, because it is. Now look, you got to eat it because you want to be healthy. I get that. But, like, nobody's ever going to convince me that if I put a plate of chips in front of somebody and I put a plate of vegetables in front of somebody and ask which one you really want. Do you know what? Let's make this different. So you and me, audience, we get together and we get stoned. We smoke a load of weed and we get stoned. And I put 2 plates of food in front of you. One of them, vegetables. Cook however you like, whatever your favourite way is. It doesn't matter. And another one, a nice plate of chips with your favourite dip. Which one are you eating? Let's be honest. We're all eating the chips because the chips are nicer. That's the truth. John Aldridge drinks in my local, which shall remain anonymous as he deserves his privacy. Absolutely, but Ian, just go up there and slip on my phone number, will you? Because I've been trying to interview John Aldridge for years, mate, and I've never been able to get a direct contact to him. So, yeah, just tell him we'd love to interview him, mate, on the channel. I'm not even joking. Go back and watch. People have asked me over the years, what's the one interview I'd want to do, and it's always been Aldo. We should poll on this. We don't need to poll on it. The answer is chips. I'm not denying that people might like vegetables, but there's no way on earth if we're sitting here after smoking a load of weed and I put 2 plates of food down and say, one of these you can have, which one are you having? And one's vegetables and one's like chips and garlic mayo or chips and curry sauce or whatever. You're having the chips. You smoke weed? Absolutely, mate. Yes, this is not a secret. I talk quite a bit about my herbal infusions. Why do you think I go to Spain on holidays a lot of the time? It's legal over there. So yes, I love it. It balances me out. It's been very important to my mental health. The only thing I don't do is I don't use tobacco. So I used to smoke cigarettes. I gave them up when I was about 30, there or thereabouts. No, a bit younger than that, about 28. I gave up cigarettes. And I swore I'd never touch tobacco. So I've never ever consumed tobacco again since. So yeah, for me, I just have my little pipe. I just realised you're wearing a Liverpool jersey. I am, yeah. It's one of the few I've liked. So yeah, I am. I'm repping tonight. I'd have the chips then the veg because I'm a greedy bastard. I can get behind that one, Sam. I like it, mate. Well played. Right, we are a minute or so away from the game kicking off. So I'm going to quickly run through the Liverpool team for you one more time. It is Jarosz in goal. Right back, Bradley. Left back, Robbo. Centre back pairings, Joe Gomez and Jarell Quansah. In midfield, Wataru Endo, Tyler Morton and Curtis Jones. Then it's Dominic Szoboszlai, Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz up top for the Reds. So, sit back, relax. I'll do my best to take you through the game. Just a reminder, if it is a draw after 90 minutes, it goes straight to penalties. And also a reminder to everybody that there... Oh, someone said battered sausage. Oh. If it's a draw after 90 minutes, it goes to penalties. And there's no VAR in tonight's game either. Battered sausage. You know what I like about battered sausages? You know when you put so much vinegar on them that the batter turns white? I love that. Loads of salt, loads of vinegar, and it to be like pickled almost. So, my friends, sit back, relax. Do you know what always gets me actually as an Irishman about the whole weed thing? People will say, what strain do you smoke, or you know, what's your favourite? And like, if you know anything about Ireland, it's you get what you're given type of climate over here in that regard. We don't have the chance to start picking and choosing yet because it's not legal, so we don't have those opportunities. So it always makes me laugh. You get what you're given. That's it, basically. Right, I'm starting to love Barcelona again. Thanks, Hansi, said Axel Fuzz. Yeah, I mean, I've been a big Barca fan in my life, but I've fallen away in the last few years because of the way that the club's been ran and how they've treated the players. But like you, I'm starting to see positive signs there now with Hansi Flick. Good to see you, Craig. I reckon 3-1 Jones to score and 2 for Lucho, said Luxury Made Simpler. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate all your super chats and support, folks. Thank you. Right, sit back, relax. We're about to get underway and I will take you through the game. Remember, no extra time, straight to penalties if it's a draw, and no VAR in the game either. Do I like black pudding? No, I don't, mate. Right, Liverpool playing from right to left in the first half. Liverpool in their red shirts. Brighton in their blue and white. May the best team win. As long as it's us. Right, we're waiting for the ref. We are underway. Ball goes back to Jarosz, who takes a touch and does the decent thing and launches the ball long out left side. No VAR. Is it a cup thing? So the rule in the League Cup, mate, is until every ground is capable of using VAR, they don't use VAR. So basically, if there's a championship team or below left in the competition, they don't use VAR. As soon as it becomes an all Premier League group of teams left, then VAR comes in. Right, Brighton on the attack, early doors here, right hand side. Gakpo comes across. I will sync up now at 1 minute. Liverpool trying to move it across right side, but Brighton nick in. I'd send you seeds with the coffee, but I get you, man. I get you. You don't want to send me seeds because I'm useless at growing anything, so. But I appreciate the thought. Right, Liverpool now with Endo. Quansah to Joe Gomez. Bit of a heavy touch, Joe. Across to Robbo. Ball didn't quite get to Jones, who's already taken a bit of a knock there. Right, I'll sync up at 1 minute and 30. Trent's getting rested, Tammy. He's getting rested. Right, so we are going to sync up now in a few seconds for those of you who need. We are now at 1 minute 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Liverpool taking some chances there at the back, but we managed to play out and around the press. Diaz has it now right hand side, slips the ball down to Bradley. Bradley reverses it towards the far post. Gakpo, he's dispossessed, but manages to win the ball back. Still Cody Gakpo. Morton to Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa goes into the channel looking for Bradley. And that'll be a Liverpool throw-in. We're only 3 subscribers away, by the way. So if you haven't, please do hit that subscribe button for us. We're really close to getting to 279k. And of course, we want to push on. Gomez. Robbo. The homeless YouTuber said, Craig, chips are still vegetables, so you're good. I like your thinking, bro. I like your thinking. I often say when I go out for dinner, mate, I'll have a side salad of chips, please. I'm not even joking, I do. And don't even be thinking about putting any vegetables or salad on my plate, taking up valuable chip space. Although, do you know what? When I go to Turkey, I never really eat chips because I love their rice so much that I have rice with everything when I'm over there. Right, Brighton knocking the ball around at the back. And here comes the press from Liverpool. Back with the Brighton keeper who takes a touch. Ooh. Jones nearly picks his pocket there, but the keeper manages to play around it. I'm watching it on Sky Sports Plus for anybody who's wondering, by the way. Oh! Again, we nearly closed. The Brighton are playing with fire here, lads. They are playing with fire, messing around at the back. Definitely feels like they've a mistake in them. Steele does not look comfortable. Look at that. One touch, Jones closes them down, gets a block in. But eventually Brighton managed to get it away. That should give our press some encouragement. Is Szoboszlai playing at striker? It looks that way, yeah. I'm still getting to grips with it. It looks like Diaz on the right, Gakpo's on the left. And then it looks like it's a combination of Szoboszlai and Jones almost rotating through the centre. Oh my God, lads. Stop, will you? Oh my God, they're going to give me a heart attack here. Gomez trying to do Cruyff turns in the 18-yard box. Lads, will you stop? My God. Heart attack stuff. What are my favourite crisps? So, Kyo's cheese and onion, Skips, or Tato occasions. But Kyo's cheese and onion's the answer. Lucho tries to go around the outside. Brighton, referee says there was a foul in there. Free kick Liverpool. Any chance I know what channel the game's on? Sky Sports Plus, Nathan. Sky Sports Plus. Don't leave. Look, as I said earlier on, in good time, I'll tell everybody what's happening next season. But for right now, I'm just making sure that I'm comfortable with my own decision. And I don't want to communicate that publicly until I feel confident that I'm happy with what I want to do. Referee getting in Gakpo's way there. Looks like 2 double tens like we saw in pre-season. Yeah, it does. It doesn't look like there's an out-and-out number 9. It's more a case of the lads taking it in turns to fill that space. Tato occasions are GOAT tier. Are we talking about the same ones now? The ones that have like different shapes in them. Some of them are crinkles. Some of them are like straws almost. I love them. They're so good. Again, Steele take... Oh my days, lads, there's a mistake here to be had. Steele is not comfortable playing out from the back. Brighton knocking it around still. Press comes on from Liverpool. And Brighton still playing... You've got to admire their single-mindedness, but I think it's going to cause them an issue. Honest question. Oh, here we go. No. I thought we were through there, sorry. Honest question, what do you think Amorim will do at United? I think he'll do well, but I think it'll take a little bit of time. He's a great coach, but the way that he sets up with a 3-4-3, I think United are going to have to make some changes in personnel, and certainly the players are going to have to get used to this system and the way he wants to play. But I think it's a good appointment for United, if I'm being honest, it is. Just what bugs me about it is, so I'm happy to sit here and say it's a good piece of business, but what really riles me is some United fans trying to lie about he turned Liverpool down. He basically did the very opposite of that, if you know what about the situation. But Liverpool had a choice, and it was Arne Slot. If we wanted Ruben Amorim, he'd be Liverpool's coach right now. But it just wasn't a good fit stylistically for the way we play. But he is a very good coach. I'm trying to be honest about it all the way through. How do I pronounce this name? Ronax said, I think if Conor Bradley has a world-class performance tonight, he'll get the start over Trent. Well, look, it's definitely a bit of an audition for Bradley. You know, it gives us a look at what life might be like if Trent was to depart anyway. Brighton have played around the press into midfield, and they've worked it into the left channel. Sinister, thank you, bro, for gifting 5 memberships. Very kind of you. They've gone to Michael Sterling, to Aturi, to Keith Hale, to Adaptus Calvis, and to Ethan Galvin. Thank you, bro. It looks like both keepers are trying their best to give both sets of fans heart and mouth moments here in possession. What do I think of Victor Gyökeres? Very good. Yeah, like certainly a striker most top clubs should be keeping an eye on. White or brown bread? 100% brown for me, Finty, mate. 100% brown. Soboslai. Brown soda bread is the goat of breads. Gomez now. Tyler Morton. Tyler Morton out left side to Robbo. Nothing on there, so Robbo goes back to Jones. Soboslai. Morton. There's a run made there, but he decides against trying to find his man. So it's still Morton. Soboslai. Cody Gakpo. There's the movement. There's the movement in behind. Good run. That was clever from Bradley. He made the move. And he was watched. And the ball played over the top. But it was defended. It's very interesting seeing the patterns of play here from Liverpool. And the movement from our players. Like, look where Bradley is right now. He's almost tucked in there as a number 10. Robbo. This is very interesting. At the moment, we're definitely looking like we've 3 at the back. And Bradley's almost like an inside number 10. Gakpo. Jones. To Waturo. Space on the right there for Diaz if anybody gets their head up. Simply Stop Trading said club demanded an extra 10 million. No, so here's what happened for the deal. Liverpool had Amorim high up on the list, and they had Slot high up on the list. And then Ruben Amorim tried to call Liverpool's bluff. 1 second. Oh, unlucky. Gakpo almost in. He tried to call Liverpool's bluff when he jumped on that plane over to West Ham and had talks at West Ham. And the entire point of those talks were to try and force Liverpool's hand to offer him the job. What Michael Edwards did then was let it be known to the world very quickly that Arne Slot was Liverpool's preferred candidate, and then we got that wrapped up. So I think he did himself no favours, Ruben Amorim, with that little jaunt over to West Ham. Craig, do you think if Amorim signed for us, he would be as good as Slot or better or worse? I don't think initially he would have been as good as Slot. But I think over time, like I've said about the United job, he would have gotten it right. I think there would have been more transition and more upheaval for us at Liverpool with the way we play. So I think our recruitment team were absolutely on the money with the choice of manager they went with and the reasons why. So I can only applaud our club. But if I'm a United fan right now, I'd be happy with Amorim, but I would just say to them, give him time because it's going to take a while. Did I think Ruben was a 100% deal? At the time, yeah. You know, my own... it wasn't information, it was just what I was seeing. I felt like Ruben Amorim was certainly close. Connor reckons Amorim at Barca, Liverpool, City would be great. He won't succeed at United because of the conditions. Oh, Brighton, well done. Yarosh coming up big. Oh, lads, our goalkeeping department's just the best in the damn world. Oh, my days. 1-on-1 there again. Oof. And then Gakpo curls one just wide. 1-on-1. Yarosh comes out and goes full alley, full Kelleher. Wow. Well done, Virislav. Well done, Yarosh. What a save. Ball was over the top. Liverpool didn't win the first ball. Ball then goes through. 1-on-1 Lamptey. And then Yarosh comes out, makes the big save. With that left arm. Just great goalkeeping. And then we go straight up the other end with Cody Gakpo. Get a strike away. And almost score. What's the score prediction? I went 1-1, Reese, and I went Liverpool to win on penalties, mate. Sorry. Robertson needs replacing. Look, I think it's definitely a conversation point that we'll explore a lot over the course of the season. Again, Liverpool trying to win the ball back here, but Brighton are moving it around. It's an open game, this. I will say that about it. Is there a draw for the quarters? Yes, it's after the game. So if we were to get through, I think we're ball number 4, if I remember correctly. Brighton still being brave in possession at the back now, knocking it around the back line. Press comes on from Liverpool and Brighton play in to Evan Ferguson centrally. Brighton now have it wide left. Edge of the box. Strike over the bar. Goal kick. Liverpool. Would I take Balde as Robbo replacement? No, I wouldn't. There's 2 left backs I like the look of. One of them is the Kuiper at Club Brugge. And then the other one, obviously, like Nuri from Wolves, would be somebody I think we would do well to look at. See, the guy from Fulham, Anthony Robinson, he's too old to bring in. He's 27 or 28. So you're basically replacing Robertson for 2 or 3 years before you have the same headache again. So I think that would go against Anthony Robinson. I think Liverpool are going to bring in somebody 24 or younger. Cross there from Brighton. Yarosh comes out, commands his area and claims that one. Kirkes is a shout from the chat as well. Nino from Boston, love what you're doing. Red always. Much love, Nino. Thank you. Great to have you with us. Right, we are almost 16 minutes into this one. Still Brighton 0, Liverpool 0. It's been an open game so far. We've had to be thankful to our goalkeeper for a very good save and a 1-on-1 there, Yarosh. Come on, boys. Come, that's it. Press. Now, Brighton have played round our press and they've got a bit of space here. They've run into it. They've got 5 men forward. Well done, Connor Bradley. Well done, Connor Bradley. And he wins a goal kick as well. Well done, Bradley. Sandy, how are you? Welcome in. Would you let Trent go for free for a better defensive fullback? No, I wouldn't. I want Trent to stay. Because look, he's a Scouser. His ball striking and his ability to pick out passes and change games with a moment of brilliance is phenomenal. And I think under Arna, we've started to see a better defensive version of Trent as well. So I just don't want him to leave at all. But I feel he will. Right, Robbo, come on, keep it in. Well done, boys. Oh, now we've given it away. Endo wins it back. Well done. Now, transition, the space, move it. Move it. Soboslai. 3-on-3. Into the left channel to Gakpo. Gakpo. Pulls it across. Oh, inches. Inches away from a header there for Diaz. Liverpool have recycled it on the right-hand side. Diaz. That was so close. Liz said, Yara shows no fear. I love it. Absolutely, Liz. And lovely to see you in, my friend. We are so blessed in the goalkeeping department. Like, we really are a destination club for goalkeepers. Unlucky. That was really close to us going ahead there, by the way. Liverpool eventually play around the press from Brighton. Work it down the left side. Gakpo goes to the byline, pulls it straight across the front of goal. That much away from Diaz getting on the end of it. Why am I at the Amex with the squad? Have I picked up an injury? It's, yeah. It's called for bastarditis. You might have heard of it. Who's your top 3 managers of all time? Yours is Sir Alex, Paisley and Pep. I'd have to really sit down and think about it, in all honesty. You'd have to have Ancelotti in a conversation if we're talking about the best managers of all time. He's won more European Cups than any other coach. I think it's not a straightforward conversation, but you're not a million miles off with the list you have there. Right, Robbo. Ball back into Gomez. Again, look at Bradley. Just keep tracking Bradley for a few minutes if you're watching this game. And watch the runs he makes. Ancelotti was carried by individual brilliance. And Pep wasn't. You know, I get what you're saying about Ancelotti, but, you know, Pep had the greatest football player to ever grace the planet as well. Robbo. Kwanzaa to Diaz. Gakpo. Runs straight into Lamptey. I don't know where he was going with that one. But you can't run through him. Endo. Robbo. Morton. Cross right hand side. Kwanzaa. Out to Diaz. Again, patient. Liverpool just moving it around, waiting, as Arnold likes to say, for the right ball to be on. Ball from Robbo to the back post, defended. Diaz has it now for Liverpool, right hand side. He recycles it to Kwanzaa. Robbo. Robbo now out left side again to Cody Gakpo. Again, Cody insistent on running through and over players. Somebody needs to tell him he can go around them. He doesn't have to trample over them. That's twice now in the last 2 minutes that Cody Gakpo seems like he wants to run through players. The travelling fans are loud, Craig. They are absolutely amazing. The Travelling Cup are absolutely top notch wherever they go. Always brilliant. I'd love to go on an away game with them once. Honestly, they're brilliant. Every time they go home, away, amazing. The Cup, the Travelling Cup, especially away from home, as I said, amazing. You hear them all the time. They're brilliant. Right, Steele goes long, out left-hand side. Look at that from Bradley. So composed. Bradley back inside the Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa across to Robbo. Robbo to Gomez. Back out to Kwanzaa. Yarosh. To Joe. Nothing on there, so Joe turns back in. Will, how are you, mate? Said, it's a shame not to see Chiesa for this game. It is. It would have been lovely to see him get a game today, but, you know, got to get his fitness right. How's Endo playing? Okay. Yeah, look, the midfield's fine. I've been intrigued, though, by the movement of Bradley. And it's interesting as well to see Lucho on the right-hand side. Bradley again, inside. He's played so much in the half space today, Connor Bradley. Jones. Soboslai. Jones again. It's Cody Gakpo. Robbo, Soboslai. Again, Liverpool just recycling possession. In the last 5 minutes, Liverpool have had 28 successful passes in the final third and Brighton have had none. Foul there given against the Brighton player for a foul on Joel Kwanzaa. Free kick Liverpool inside their own half. Is Soboslai playing a false nine? Him and Jones, they're both rotating in and out of that central position. Thank you, Owen. Appreciate you, mate. Right, we're almost at 25 minutes. Still scoreless here at the Amex. Gakpo, Robbo, good ball inside to Dom. Dom takes a touch into the left channel. Needs some support. Back to Robbo. Robbo fires in a deep cross to the far post. Brighton clear their lines. Hopefully it'll be coming straight back at them. That was silliness. Could have done better than that, Jarell. Could I go through the bench? Yeah, 1 second, mate. So Liverpool bench today. Kelleher, Van Dijk, Kanade, Nunez, McAllister, Salah, Costas, Young and Neone. Never thought I'd see you wearing a Nike shirt. I know, it's the first one I've really liked. And I told you when I was over in Liverpool for the shows in August, we bought it. I felt like today was the day I wanted to wear it. I'm still angry over John W. Henry not signing us a midfielder. So yeah, I didn't want to buy any more Liverpool stuff until we were Adidas, but this shirt's nice. Frank, how are you, mate? Is the game in the League or the Cup? It's the League Cup, Robert. It's the Carabao Cup, mate. Place in the quarter-final for the winner. Craig, I heard you didn't attend the Ballon d'Or ceremony because you weren't going to win it. Yeah, I stood with Real Madrid, mate, in solidarity. I said to myself, it's clearly down to just hatred of me that I wasn't given the Coach of the Year or, you know, a Lifetime Achievement Award. So, robbed is all I'm saying, mate. Robbed. Chris, Tat Music, thank you for the super chat. Chris said, alright Craig, just in now, what do you make of the lineup? Slightly surprised Morton is included. Score prediction. So I'm not surprised Morton's in there, or Endo, because it's a good chance for the manager to rotate and give players a bit of a breather. I'm happy enough with the lineup as well. And score prediction, I went 1-1 and Liverpool to win on penalties, Chris. May I know who is Young? I've never heard of him. No problem, mate. We've done that Wikipedia search for you, or that Google search. So, Ranel Young is a 18-year-old attacking player, predominantly right-hand side, and he's been at the club since he was 11 or 12. There you go. You know as much as I do now. Right, we're about to get back underway with a throw-in to Brighton on the far side. Will, thank you for your super chat. Said, Craig, hope you're well, buddy. Did you see Arsenal TV interviews after the game Sunday? The excuses were laughable and pathetic. So I can honestly say I haven't watched anything from Arsenal Fan TV in at least 5 years. So no, I didn't see them. I did stuff with Lee Gunner myself after the game. But look, I said this at the time. I've done a lot of watch-alongs during my time on this channel, and there's been very few occasions where I've been shocked by the snidiness of some guest fans, but I lost a lot of respect for Arsenal fans from the way they were in our chat during that game and the bullshit that they came out with afterwards. So yeah, leave them to it. Let them carry on in their little world of delusion and arrogance, which I don't know where they've deserved or earned this arrogance from that they seem to be carrying around with them. But, you know, learn some humility is what I'd say to them. Ashley said, every time I watch Liverpool they get worse. Well, then don't fucking watch. Jesus, mate. You know this is a much changed team in the League Cup, right? Like, football isn't just a switch or a computer game. You've got to go out on the pitch and earn it. And you've got to go out there and work hard. And these are all professional players. So, if you think they get worse every time you watch them, then let's just all come to the conclusion that you're the problem and stop watching. Cross in there from Brighton, edge of the box. Diaz looking to bring it up. Well done. Oh, heavy touch then. Lucho tried to bring it out. I thought he got around the press. And then... Ooh. Strike there that had Yaros kind of looking and looking. Let's see it from behind. 1 second. Oh my god, there was movement on that. Yaros was planted. Look at the movement on this ball. Yaros going one way and then turns the other as the ball goes over the bar, but there was some movement on that. Where did they get the kit, if you don't mind me asking? The club shop in the stadium is where we got the kit when we were over in August. I got this for me and my son. My wife bought the black goalkeeper's kit, and I think Connor bought this shirt as well, if I'm not mistaken. Is the game on Sky? It surely is. It's on Sky Sports Plus. Don't know what that was there from Morton, but there was nobody there, and he puts the ball straight out for a Brighton throw-in. Oh, United have gone 1-0 up in their game. I honestly didn't even know United were playing today. Brush Baptist said, you can tell a home season ticket holder from an away season ticket holder. I was an away fan because Anfield went quiet after 70 minutes. Look, the travelling Cop are amazing, mate. Honestly, week in and week out you hear them, and I love that there's a good mix as well of younger travelling fans in there with the more older experienced ones. They always come across and sound great. Jones to Gomez. Robbo to Diaz. He's dragged back. Referee's playing an advantage. Slipped into Gakpo. Soboslai to Robbo. Ball pulled back across. Shot. Goal. No. Wide. Oh. Good move by Liverpool down the left. Eventually we get a cross in. Shot is saved by Steele eventually. It comes back to Lucho. He heads it towards goal. I'm thinking it's going to creep inside the post, but keeper gets... Did he get a touch on the second one? Or did it just go wide? Let's have a look. So keeper makes the save initially. No, it's just headed wide. And look, the angle was difficult. Look at the way the ball came at Lucho there. It was difficult. He had to try and arc his head around it. So it certainly wasn't a simple chance or anything. It came with him quickly, but probably the closest we've come so far anyway. What's your opinion so far on the game and lineup? Not great. Lineup I'm fine with, by the way. I totally understand the lineup, but I think we're starting to wrestle control of it a bit more. We're certainly looking the more likely, but they are dangerous when they move the ball and they counter. So I'm confident, as I sit here right now. And again, if you looked at both benches have some good additions on the bench if the manager needs to make changes. Do keep hitting the subscribe button for us though, folks. Look at it, we are now closing towards 280,000, so every one of you that hits that subscribe button makes a big difference, and we do thank you. And of course, do drop a like as well. Oh, Endo. Ooh, bit of a heavy touch. Look at that again. Again he's there, Bradley, to get a block in. Brighton move the ball across left side though. Kwanzaa's out there now. Liverpool again forcing Brighton back across the edge of the box. Come on, boys. Come on. Again, still Brighton in possession. Liverpool crowd them. And that's a free kick out. Well done. Well done, boys. Nino from Boston again. It's good that the bench players have to give them time to play. Exactly. You want the fringe players to get their opportunities as well. It must be really difficult for managers to strike the balance, because they want to put out a team that they feel will progress in the tournament, but at the same time they want to rest people as well. Unlucky. Try to switch across there to Diaz. Couldn't bring it under control. Ball goes out for a throw in. 10 minutes left in the first half. Look how good footy is with no VAR. I know, mate. I always enjoy these League Cup games with no VAR in them. Diaz should be sold. He's getting old. We need Omar Mamouche. So, the second part of your comment, I don't think many of us have any problem with. But I don't know why you're in such a rush to sell Diaz. I like having Diaz at the club. Now, I wouldn't say no to Marmouche, but I would be looking at other forwards maybe moving on. If we were to move on ahead of Diaz. Right, here's Brighton again attacking down our left hand side, their right hand side, with Lamptey back inside. Jones wins the ball and the referee deems somehow it's a foul. And Jones ain't happy about it, but ref's made his decision. Free kick Brighton. Let's have a look at it again. He got man before the ball. I agree with the ref and that being a foul. I agree with the ref. It was a foul. He got the man before the ball and then ended up getting the ball. Morton has been poor, I agree. But again, I think we have to understand that Tyler Morton's kind of coming in cold to the game as well. He's not really getting many minutes of senior football. Right, Yarosh setting up his wall here. You said something most Arsenal fans don't say. Oh, about it not being a foul. Or it being a foul. Yeah, they're... Oh, well done, Yarosh. Hook it away. Yeah, look. I never realised how deluded and how toxically aggressive they are until we played them recently. I've lost a good bit of respect for some of those Arsenal fans. Soboslai. Robbo. But that's why I do stuff with Lee Gunner, because I appreciate Lee Gunner's blunt honesty. Especially the disallowed goal. That was hilarious. Like, the ref blew the whistle a full 5 seconds before that ball went in the net. So I have no idea why they were so upset about that when there was 3 incidents in there. 1 foul, a handball, and another possible foul. Take your pick. So Villa 1, Arsenal 1. Or hang on, what? Villa 1-1, Arsenal Newcastle. I'm very confused by what you're writing there. I'll just read out the scores myself. 1 second. Right, so Villa 1, Palace 1, United 1, Leicester 0, Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0, Preston 0, Arsenal 1. That's the current scores. Strike! Oh, unlucky! Unlucky. Robbo gets in around, reverse ball into him. Robbo hits a strike down to the keeper's right hand side. Keeper gets his foot on it and puts it around the post. But again, Liverpool getting closer. Gakpo to Robbo. Robbo tries to squeeze it into the near post. Steele gets his foot to it. It'll be a Liverpool corner. If Trent goes, who'd become our free kick specialist? I would say McAllister, personally. But, you know, it depends, I guess, where it is. Soboslai with the corner. Goes deep with it. Brighton headed away. It'll be a Liverpool corner on the far side of the pitch. Liverpool should give you free clothing. They do to a lot of other channels. Yeah, I know loads of other fan channels have gotten free stuff from Nike. And as always, though, we get 2 fingers up from everybody. So, fuck it. You know. Nothing I can do about it. Adidas better show us some love, though. Because if anyone's been repping Adidas, it's me. Even during the Nike days. So yeah, I would love some Adidas love. Thank you very much. Don't forget, by the way, if you are coming to our live show in Liverpool, we're going to be giving away 2 signed John Barnes shirts to people on the night as well. So you have a chance to win something if you're coming along. And you can get your tickets with the link in the description. But I do need a favour from you at half time, if I could be so kind. Remind me at half time. I'm going to ask you all for a little favour. Benjamin, how are you, bro? Said, when is your next update with Mr. David Lynch? Tomorrow. Yeah, we're recording at about, I think it's 2:30 tomorrow. So that should be out by about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. So yeah, we'll be chatting tomorrow. I'm going to give him a day off asking him about the contract updates, though, because, you know, I'm sure he's getting fed up with me asking him twice a week. .41 up, 4 minutes plus stoppage time left. We're still awaiting the opening goal in this one. Liverpool certainly looking the more likely as we sit here. I hope you're having a good day, bro. I am, thank you, Sweeper Keeper. Not too bad, mate. I can't complain. Always good when I'm able to come on here, chat with you guys and watch the Reds. When are you coming back to Boston? Never. I'm never setting foot in America again, mate, by the looks of it. After the whole visa nonsense the last time, it's kind of soured me going back to America, to be honest with you. We lost about $6,000 on that trip. Still stings, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, I'm not going through all the hoops, mate, to go on a holiday. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, sorry. I want to go. I love America, but now if I want to go to America, I have to go for a 10-year holiday visa, and I have to fill out paperwork that there are questions in there I wouldn't even expect on a mortgage application. It's that intrusive. And on top of that, I have to go for an interview then at the American Embassy in Dublin. It's just absolute bollocks for a simple, tiny little mistake that they admitted was a common mistake. It is what it is, unfortunately. I'm glad I've had the chance to be in the States before and visit there many times. Always loved it. Would have loved to have gone back, but I'm not doing all that for a holiday visa. Even doing the influencer route. That's a route I might look at, but that's a longer process, but it's a process that means you can live and work there. So it's worth the extra effort, if you get me. My only problem with this is that it's been... I'll explain it at half-time. Bear with me. Corner to Brighton here with 2 minutes left. I'll explain it all at half-time. Don't worry. I'll explain it when we've got a bit more time. Right. 2 minutes to go. Corner to Brighton on the near side. Did travel insurance not cover it? No, because it was a visa issue. So no, it didn't cover it, unfortunately. So the House of Blues was your last show. I didn't even get to do it, Marcelino. We didn't even get into America, mate. I'll explain it all at halftime. Right, come on, boys. Defend. Right, we've cleared that one. Newcastle now 2-0 up, by the way. The Sassy own goal against Chelsea. Another corner. Endo puts it out this time. Off in Cisco, or challenging in Cisco. Another corner. This time it's on the far side. What's the ref doing? Oh, he's coming off to look where the ball is. It's overhanging the quadrant, you pedantic arsehole. Ali said, slot formation is absolutely 100% disgraceful. Okay, I'll tell you what then, Ali. Explain to me why it's disgraceful, and then we'll have the conversation, bro. You can't just make a statement and not back it up, so tell me why it's disgraceful, and then we'll have that conversation. 1 minute, by the way, added on, which is a joke in itself, because there was been a couple of knocks in the first half, but 1 minute added on. Right, Liverpool go short with this. We've about 20 seconds left, by the way, in the time added on at the end of the first half. Bring back Firmino to the club. Have you seen how shit he's been in Saudi, mate? You can't even get into the Saudi club team over there. And there's talk from being stripped as the captain as well. So Firmino's best days are unfortunately behind him. How can you play midfielders as forwards? Please explain. So we've done it in pre-season, Ali. I'm not saying it's ideal, my friend. It isn't. But when you have a handful of forwards available to you, and you need to rest up the likes of Darwin, Mohamed Salah, so that they can make sure they can play on Saturday and again midweek and again next weekend. It's just a case of injuries coming back to bite us in the backside, mate. And he's had to go with midfielders playing through the centre for now because he doesn't really have options. You know, I'm sure if he had more attacking options on the bench, or excuse me, more attacking options to rotate in Ali, he would play somebody through the middle, mate, but he just doesn't have it. Right, so half time there. I promised you 2 things at half time. I told you I'd ask you for a favour, and then I told you I would explain the Boston situation to you. So, which one to start off with? The favour. Top of the chat right now, pinned there, you'll see a link. If you would be so kind, there's 4,000 people in the chat now. If you could click on that link and subscribe to our Clips channel, I would really, really appreciate that. It's where we put up the best highlights and some shorter form content. If you don't know about it, please do click on that link at the top of the chat, or just search Anfield Agenda Clips, but the link would be the easiest way. So, secondly, what happened with Boston? I'll explain it again. So, we're going to Boston to do a live show, and we look into what's needed to do the live show in Boston. So, we speak to friends of ours in America, and we make sure that we're fully registered with the government over there for taxes and stuff for the live show. So we've given all the tax information over. We've booked the show. We've done everything we're supposed to do. So then you go and you look into your visas, and you go onto the American website and you look at the ESTA, which is the American visa waiver program that they have for us in Ireland here and in the UK and in other parts of the world. And on the visa waiver program, it says on it clearly that the visa waiver program entitles you to come to America for business or for holiday for up to 90 days. So I'm thinking, cool, that's what we need. We're over there to do a show, which you assume falls in the business category. And then you think, right, let's go over. So you get to the airport, and we have pre-customs clearance in Dublin Airport downstairs. So America basically have a Homeland Security Department in Dublin Airport down in the basement. So check in for the flight, do all the usual stuff, go to the desk at the Homeland Security office, and they say, purpose of visit. I say, because I'm honest and because I believe I'm doing absolutely nothing wrong, I say, we're going to do a show in the States. We have a small little show we're doing over there in Boston. And he said, hang on a second. So I said, yeah, no problem. So he goes out the back and then comes back in and said, you'll have to go in there to be interviewed. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm sure I can explain this. So we go inside, and we're there about an hour, maybe a bit longer. And then we get brought up to the counter, and I'm interviewed by the lady, the Homeland Security officer. And long story short, she said, well, this is a common mistake that we're aware of, that people believe because it says you can come to America to conduct business or travel for 90 days, that means that you can do what you're doing. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, no. It means that you can come into America, sit down at a table and do a multi-million-pound business deal with somebody, but you can't actually do anything, sell anything, or do anything like you're doing in America under that. So I said, okay, fair enough. Well, then what do we need? And she explained. And then I said, okay, does that mean that we can get this sorted out before we go? And she said, no. Long story short, after all of that crap, after being sitting there for an hour and a half being interviewed, after answering all the questions, after going through all the information, she then says, we're not going to be letting you into America today. And I thought, shit, but okay, we made a mistake. Let's just take it on the chin and move on. But something was niggling at the back of my mind, and I said to the lady, can I ask you one question? And eventually she said yes. And I said, can we still use the ESTA visa waiver program to go on holidays to America in the future? And she said no. Yourself and Connor have been removed off the ESTA system forever, and there's no remedy to it. So if you want to go to America for a holiday, rather than being able to just go and upload your information to the ESTA website, I now have to go fill out a ridiculous amount of paperwork that asks so many intrusive questions about your income, your job history, and all this other stuff for a holiday, remember? And then I have to go up to Dublin for an interview in the American embassy just to go on a holiday. Fuck right off. That is way too much bollocks for a holiday. For a system where she admitted it's a common mistake. So it's a common mistake without any warning. Or common mistake that they know exists, but they don't have any notes to explain. It's absolutely mental, but it is what it is. It is the system. Rules are rules. I respect it. I don't agree with the outcome of it. I think the punishment is absolutely ridiculous, but I respect it because it's another country's rules. So that's why I can't go back to America, because if I want to go, I have to go through. And by the way, there was a knock-on effect from that, because I was also supposed to go to Vegas to meet up with Brian and his brother. So I lost out another couple of grand on those flights because I couldn't go to Vegas. So I lost the 6 grand for the Boston trip, and I lost about 2 grand for Vegas. And there's nothing I could do about it. So yeah, it sucks. But it is what it is. It's a country's rules and I respect it. Jasper said, US Customs and Border Control are notoriously fickle. What got me was the point where she said to me, oh yeah, this is a common mistake. And I'm thinking, so you know it's a common mistake. But you know what really pisses me off? I was punished for telling the truth. Because whilst we were not being allowed in, other channels were over there doing shows. And I know for a fact that none of them had the right visa, but they all lied. And they all said they were going on a holiday. I told the truth and got punished. So, long story short, don't tell the truth. If somebody asks you a question in authority, don't be honest with them, because they're going to fuck you over it if there's any way that they can. So that's how I feel. I got punished for being honest. Tom, how are we, bro? Said, what do you think of Robbo and Endo? I have to say, I love Robertson for years, but I feel like he's slightly past it. He's not the player he was. Sell in January. Ace Governor said, you screwed yourself. Did I? Fair enough, mate. You're entitled to your opinion on it. As I said, I respect the country's rules. They made their decision. No problem with that. But you cannot tell me that that's a system that... you can't tell me that that punishment fits the crime. Removal off a list for the rest of your life because of a tiny error that they admit is a common mistake, with no way of rectifying it, by the way. That's a bit over the top, if you ask me. But as I said, I respect it. It's another country's rules. It is what it is. So on the Robbo stuff, Tom, I wouldn't be selling him, but I would be looking to bring in a successor to Andy Robertson. Yeah, I think Robbo still has some years left in him. Maybe we need to manage his game time a bit more, but I do think the conversation around bringing in another left back is a reasonable one. The Facebook Network said, I know I've said this before, I'm going to write to my lawmakers about this. Where I live, tourism is huge for the economy, including international tourism. And do they respond? Have before? I don't know, mate. As I said, we registered for tax in America. We tried to do the right things all the way through. And we were honest when we were being interviewed. And it just felt like if I had just said holiday and lied, I'd have been in there and we'd have done the show. So it all just felt a bit shitty. But look, ultimately, Americans have the right to protect their own border and have their own laws and rules. And it's their country and I respect it. I just don't agree with the punishment for the crime, if you get me. Just go to Mexico and cross the border. Yeah, it is what it is. Craig, an Irishman must have broken your heart. I went home and I cried. I'm not lying, mate. I went home and I cried about it. Because I love America. I've said this to you guys many times. I've been to Florida 6 times. I love the place. And I planned on visiting once or twice a year for the rest of my life, probably. So yeah, I cried over it because I could not comprehend what was going on. Or how being removed from a visa waiver program for the rest of my life, while my family can come and go. It's not like I've done a crime. You know, it's not like I've a criminal record that stopped me going in, or I tried to smuggle drugs in, or one wrong tick on a box. And this is the headache. But Sean said, totally agree with you, Craig. Clearly the glitch itself was innocent, not like they caught somebody shifty or anything. Exactly. It's not like I was trying to live there. You know, they've got history of me going in and out of America. I've never overstayed. I've never been longer than the holiday I'm supposed to be there for. And it just felt like, okay, we made a mistake. Maybe we can come in this time. But surely not being able to just go to a visa waiver program for the rest of your life doesn't feel like a fair punishment. But rules are rules. So it's a tough shift for me and we move on. Will United be better under Amorim? I think so. I do think it might take a bit of time for Amorim to settle into the role and for the United players to get used to the style of football and his philosophies on how he wants to play, namely with a 3-4-3 formation. Love the shirt on you. Thank you, Danny. Look, the first half was as I expected, to be fair. I think as the half went on, we became better. Brighton finished the half strong at the very end with a couple of corners, but I think it's a winnable game. It'll be interesting to see, though, which manager blinks first and starts to empty the bench of some of the higher profile players. Would I like Evan Ferguson in a red shirt? Yeah, but not yet. As he's Irish, of course. I want as many Irish players in the Liverpool jersey as possible, but I think he still has some development left. Would I take anybody off at half time? This is a good question, Justin. Let me just have a quick look at the bench for you, mate. One sec. Not yet. I probably would give this to 60-65 and then maybe look to get Darwin on as an example and McAllister. I try my best not to have to play Salah and Van Dijk. So, yeah. I can see maybe Darwin, McAllister, but again, I'd be trying to rest players where I could. Brian, thank you, mate. Appreciate you. Much love, mate. Thank you for being a member with us for 6 months as well, mate. Appreciate your support. Right, so, as I mentioned, if you can, do click that link and subscribe to our Clips channel for us at the top of the chat there now. We really appreciate your support on that one. Let's have a look at the halftime scores anyway, and then we'll go through some of the underlying numbers from the first half. So, at halftime, in the League Cup games, it's Liverpool 0 and Brighton 0, obviously. Aston Villa 1, Crystal Palace 1. Manchester United 4-1 up against Leicester City. Casemiro scored a brace, Garnacho and Bruno Fernandes with the goals there. It is Newcastle 2, Chelsea 0. Arsenal are 2-0 up away at Preston. And Spurs are 1-0 up against Manchester City. Lick my giblets. Thank you, mate, for your membership for 14 months. Keep on grinding, bro. Love the channel. Thank you. Thank you, mate. I tell you what, I'm not going to lie. I'm absolutely lasered in on trying to get to 300,000 subscribers. So every one of you that can hit that subscribe button really is making a big difference to us as we try to get towards 300k. Right, so let's have a look at some of the halftime stats. So possession-wise, in that first half, Liverpool had 60% possession, Brighton 40%. Total shots, 4 for Liverpool, 4 for Brighton. 2 on target for Liverpool, 1 on target. So that gentleman earlier on who needed 4 goalkeeper saves or more for the Brighton keeper, you're halfway there. Passing-wise, there's been 285 passes for Liverpool, 186 for Brighton. 2 corners each. Passing accuracy for us today is very good. 88% passing accuracy. Normally we're in and around 81 to 86%, so 88% is very good there. And then tackles, 10 for Brighton and 6 for Liverpool. Ryan said, Craig, looking the part, hope you're okay. I'm good, thank you, bro, I'm good. I want to again give a little shout out to Connor for enabling me to wear this jersey today, because Connor has to do a lot of work on the green screen, because as you can see the teal in the sleeves of this shirt cause a lot of issues when you use a green screen. So big love to Connor for his help on that one. And right, we're about to get underway with the second half, my friends. So do keep hitting that like button if you haven't done so. Keep your comments coming in. And again, if this is tied after 90 minutes, it would go straight to penalties. What's this? So Ian Doyle of the Echo has said, no idea if this is any indicator of what might come in the second half, but Canade, Nunes and McAllister are all warming up without their tracksuit bottoms on, unlike other Liverpool subs. Interesting. Thank you, Mark, for sending that on to me, by the way. Right, we're about to get underway in the second half. Do I follow any women's football? It's not my cup of tea, mate. It's not my cup of tea. Sam said, Craig, that's a terrible shirt you're wearing. Cheers, Sam. You're a nice fella, mate. Well in. And remind me to send you a message calling you a prick or something, will you? Just, you know, so we can both be equally as horrible to each other. I didn't design the shirt, so it doesn't really bother me, mate. Plus, I think it looks rather fetching. So, we're on the way in the second half. I'll sync up at 46 minutes and then we can all be on the same wavelength. Ball into the left channel. Gakpo. Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo! Filth! Filth! It's filth. There's nothing else to say. It's filth. Cody Gakpo with an absolute Exocet missile. Wow. What a strike. What a strike. Oh my days. He just stands there then, full kind of Cantona-esque. Oh my God. So, we win the ball. Robbo wins a header. Then the ball falls down to, I think it's Morton. It's played into Bradley. Or to Gakpo. Oh! Oh! Get the tissues. It's red panty night. Look at that! Woo! Movement and all. Oh my God. Wow. Look at this. Oh. 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 Mm. Wow. Pick that out. Pick that out. Wow. What a goal. Let's get a little bit of Newlon on this. You don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. If you haven't seen that goal, you'll understand my reaction when you see the strike. It was ridiculous. It's the only word I can use. Wow. Victor, I missed your comment, mate. Let me bring it up for you. Said Ten Hag Months, Cody Rocket. Absolute belter of a goal, mate. And thank you, Victor, as well. Sorry I missed that earlier. Deacon Wood said, wish we could see big James Milley play, miss him. Yeah, he's injured unfortunately, but just what a servant of football Jimmy Milner was. Leicester pulled one back against United, by the way. It's 4-2 now. Who's the dancing alien that comes on the screen? He's Newlon, our little mascot. So, do you remember when COVID was on and we were winning the league and everybody wanted the league null and voided? Do you remember that conversation? Well, as a little FU to all those arseholes that wanted to rob us of a league title, we came up with a mascot, Newlon Voider. Null and void. Newlon Voider. So he's our little pet mascot. And this, now there isn't going to be a goal, by the way, so I'm just showing a graphic. This guy behind us, our friends of 4-4 Tunes helped us out with that, so much love to them. Ball across. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a save! Oh, what a save! Oh, Yarosh, you sexy man. Ooh. He's going back in the opposite direction. Ball's headed back across goal. He has to change direction in a second. Flicks out the left wrist. and gets an old fingernail to it and just enough to tip it off the edge of the post. Take a bow, Jarosz. Take a bow. Oh my days. Good bit of work from Lamptey down the right. Headers. Oh, the more I look at it, the sexier it gets. Lads, as a goalkeeper myself from back in the days, that was very, very difficult. Oh, wow. Jarosz, take a bow, son. Wow. Wow. What a save. Especially because he was going the opposite direction. Evan Ferguson now with a chance and he blasted over. Shane, let me get your comment up, sir. Said, this actually frustrates me. United players have decided they know where the back of the net is again. This lot are so frustrating. It can't be a coincidence, Shane. And this isn't a United-centric comment, by the way, but it can't be a coincidence just in general that a manager leaves and all of a sudden players rediscover a bit of form. And again, not aiming that solely at United because you see it over and over again. It just makes you feel even more like they weren't giving it all for the coach. So we've had goal of the season nearly from Gakpo and maybe save of the competition from Jarosz. But Toro Endo's about to get a yellow card and I don't think he can have too many complaints. Booga Boy said every time you see that save it gets better. Absolutely does. It's it is. It's a great save, mate. It's a great save. Some guy in the chat said Cody Screamer right before he scored one. I don't know if he meant Connor Cody for Leicester because he scored at the same time as well. But either way, well done on the prediction. But what a goal as well from Cody Gakpo. You just know somewhere that Colombian journalist who was cry-arsing about Diaz not playing is banging his computer screen now when Gakpo scored that one. What a finish. Is the draw tonight? Yes, it is. It's after the game. And of course, we'll bring it to you in the match reaction. Why does filth mean good in some places? I don't know, mate. It's just our language, isn't it? You know, we hijack some words and give them extra meanings. Like in Ireland, the word bastard can be a good word so much of the time. Oof. Brighton, they're getting closer bit by bit. They're coming back into the game and I think we're in for an exciting last 37, 38 minutes. Oh, Spurs are 2-0 up now against City. Didn't know we had Clark Kent in there. Absolutely, Rev and I. Full on Superman mode. What a save that was from Jarosz, man. I'm going to watch that on repeat. I want a gif of that save. Somebody make me a gif of that save, please, and send it to me. Adam Brown, how are we, mate? Said, if we sign a left back, would you rather have a natural left back like Aït-Nouri or a centre back move to left back like an Ake or Gvardiol? I'm not fussed, mate. I want whoever Arne thinks fits his system best. Genuinely, that's my answer. I like Aït-Nouri, and I believe Aït-Nouri could probably fill in at left centre back if needed be as well. But whatever works for Arne, mate. I'm easy. Right, free kick to Brighton. Halfway between the edge of the 18-yard box and the corner flag. We need to stay switched on here because they've got some big men in there, Brighton. Ball fired in low. That's a terrible free kick from Brighton. Cleared at the near post. Brighton have it back, though, on that left-hand side. And they give it straight back to us. Now, use it. Well done, Lucho. Wins us a throw in. Robinson from Fulham's too old, Mick. He's 27, going on 28. So if you signed him in the summer, you're not really replacing Robbo, are you? Because you're going to have the same conversation in a couple of seasons with no real resale value or anything. So I would say, as much as I do like Anthony Robinson, his age is what would go against them for me. I know Kelleher's a countryman, but do you think Jarosz could be a future number one? No. He's the potential to be a very good number two. And I've said this, by the way. I've said this in pre-season. I'd have no problem with Jarosz staying at the club because I believe in him as a keeper. And there's another one. He's backpedaling and has to touch it over the bar. He's a very good goalkeeper, Jarosz. But I think the one that we've signed, Mamardashvili, is going to be very special. Tom said, look at the Mamardashvili double save for Valencia. #stacked. Yep, we're very blessed in the goalkeeping department. No doubt about that. But it's no accident either. The club have made themselves a goalkeeping destination. Brighton players blocking each other now, getting in their own way. Whitehammer said, how has Andy forgotten how to play football? I think just Father Time catching up with him, mate. You didn't put in a comment, my friend, but thank you for your super chat, Triggs Twitch. Appreciate you. I love that, Rachel. So Rachel's husband James is at the game, and Rachel said, I think James just waved at me from his seat. I hope he did. That'd be awesome, Rachel. So Mark thinks what's even funnier, City went strong with their lineup as well. Lewis, Stones, Ake, Gundogan, Foden, Savinho, all in the starting 11. Nice. So yeah, Spurs 2-0 up there against City. I think Arne Slot still needs to look at this game and feel like we need to kill this off. Because Brighton have looked likely, since they've conceded, they look likely to try and grab one. They're committing more and more men forward. So I think I'd be loving Darwin off the bench here, lads. I would. I'd be loving Darwin with his counter-attacking speed. Because as Brighton commit men forward, having him on the counter near the halfway line for those long balls over the top, I wouldn't say no to. So here's Gakpo's goal again. It came from Steele playing out from the back. Robbo wins a header. Then we move the ball into the left channel to Gakpo. And just watch after this. Just look at it. Oh, it's just so good. Such a clean strike as well from Gakpo. Look at it. He hits it so true. Look at the swerve, man. Oh. How has Jarosz been? Fantastic, Oren. Fantastic, mate. He made a save after we scored that has to be one of the saves of the season. Going the wrong way, header back across in the opposite direction, has to change his footing, puts a hand out, gets fingertips to it, and it touches the post. Incredible. Robbo to Gomez. Gomez now into the left channel. Brighton win it back again with that high press. Jones. Yeah, do the sensible thing. Peter. Thank you, mate. Peter Kogakaru. Thank you, sir. Come on, you Reds. Absolutely, mate. And love right back to you. Thank you for your support, sir. Let me just get your comment up. Sorry, I didn't bring it up on screen. Where is it? There you go. Thank you. Thank you so much, Peter, mate. Appreciate you. He said, come on, you Reds. Oh, and the Reds go marching in. Oh, when the Reds go marching in, I wanna be in my wifey. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. What do I think of the defence? I'm trying not to think about it, mate, if I'm being honest, because a bit messy at the back. There's a that's what she said joke there as well. But I'm not saying it, but you can think it. Finley, how are you, dude? Thank you again for your super chat, Finley. Said, going to watch my local St Johnstone this Saturday. New manager came in a few weeks ago. They're 1-1 with St Mirren at the minute. Love the stream. Thank you, mate, and appreciate your support as always. John Jones, thank you for gifting a membership as well, mate. Very kind of you. And Adam Brown, appreciate your super chat again, mate. Thank you. Said, I think we'll beat Madrid and City. They both look vulnerable. I love that. I love that, mate. Love the positivity. Keep it coming. And again, thank you all. You've been incredible tonight with super chats, comments, memberships. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. We are now at 279-100. So let's keep hitting that subscribe button. If you're new to our community, welcome in. It's great to have you. If you're joining us late, Liverpool 1-0 up with an absolutely fantastic goal from Cody Gakpo. When do we play Madrid? It's the other side of the international break, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Leverkusen up first in the Champions League. Oh, here we go. Beep, beep. Counter attack, 3-on-1. Slow it down, boys. Don't make a hames of it. Oh, Dom! Fuck. How did we not score a 3-on-1? Cannot be missing that, Dom. You cannot be missing that. We had so much time. He could have put his foot on it, stopped and passed it across. Oh, Dom, you should have scored that, mate. It was a great counter-attack as well. We robbed Lamptey. Then Gakpo has it. Gakpo goes through. He's got Diaz with him. Diaz checks right. Pulls it back then to Dom. He takes a heavy touch and then lets the keeper come out and smother him. Oh, it's too slow. He just took too much time. Yarosh goes long. Oh, again, Cody Gakpo's done well to win the ball. Go on, Cody. Gakpo. 2-0! Whoop, whoop! Cody Gakpo with a brace. 2-0. Wow. You can forget about the Dominic Soboslai mischance because Cody Gakpo's shown up and said, I'll do it on my own. Leave it to me. Cody Gakpo buries it. And it is Liverpool 2, Brighton 0. Cody Gakpo with a brace. Wow. Two absolutely phenomenal finishes from Cody. Yaros goes long. Brighton play the initial header back across. And then Gakpo steps in to win it. Pinches the football and then drives towards goal. And buries it low into the bottom corner. No chance for steal. Cody Gakpo is on form. Cody Gakpo is having an absolute superstar game. Look at this. Drives at the defence. Buries it. Oh! Oh, what a finish. What a finish. Liverpool 2-0 up and looking like we have 1 foot in the quarter-final of the League Cup. Lamptey had his pocket pinched. Gakpo wanted it more. And it is 2-0. Liverpool about to make some changes. Alexis McAllister coming on. Luke said, mate, stop. It was a good save. It wasn't, mate. It was a shit finish. He took a touch, allowed it to bounce twice, allowed the keeper to come out and slow it down. I'm a keeper. I know what a good save is. I'm well aware of it. And trust me, that was down to Dominic Szoboszlai not doing it quick enough. Too many touches, allowed the ball bounce twice. Yes, the keeper did his job, but nobody's going to convince me that Dominic Szoboszlai should not have buried that. I'm sorry, he should have. And trying to bail him out by saying it was a great save by the keeper, it's commendable, but it's also not true. Ooh, Diaz with a strike, wide. Adam Brown said, Craig better than Figo, don't you know? Cody Gakpo, man, what a game he's having. So happy for him. Mohammed, how are you, sir? Dom needs some talking to. That was disgraceful, said Mohammed. It was a shocker of a miss, but not just him. We got into a 3-on-1. We had so much time. We could have slowed it down and moved the ball around. But he pulled it back to Dom, and it's the first touch that messes it all up for Dom. And then he lets it bounce twice, and on the second bounce, the keeper comes out. If he had hit it earlier, the keeper wouldn't have had a chance to set himself. But either way, it's irrelevant, because a minute later we scored with Gakpo. Wow. This is a strange one, right? Bit of news coming out from Ben Jacobs here. That says Ruben Amorim is set to stay at Sporting until Braga on November the 10th. Portuguese sources insist an announcement could come as early as tomorrow. Both clubs declined to comment. So look, it looks like he's going to United, but he's going to stay with Sporting until the Braga game November the 10th, according to this report. Tom said, Dutch players improved by a Dutch manager. No, you're not allowed to say that, mate, because the Colombian journalists will get, upset about you. You're not allowed to admit anything like that. No favouritism, no Dutch love, nothing. We're not allowed to say it, mate, because, it's not fair, apparently. Mohammed, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. So it would have been going mad at Dom had Cody not scored. But we did, so it's all good. It's all good. Look, Dom doesn't need me or you or anyone else to tell him he should have scored that. He'll know. Amorim has a 30-day release clause. Yeah, but between now and November the 10th isn't 30 days. He's got a €10 million release clause, but after that, I don't know, United and... Look, I don't really mind. It's not for me. So I don't really give a shit how long it takes United to get their manager, in all honesty. TOTT2KZ1, how are we, mate? Just what we wanted. Kill the game off. Big players rested and Gakpo finding form. Our front line is so scary. Slot defo getting the best out of Gakpo. 100%. And the 2 goals he scored tonight, mate, were both phenomenal. Salah's about to come on, by the way. I think Darwin as well. "22 minutes to go in this one. Diaz now. Gakpo, far left. Rob said, so far Slot has been brilliant. You can't tell me, mate, that it's an accident. You know what I mean? You bring in a bald man and everything just keeps going great. Bald is better, as we know. Unless, of course, you're a United manager, in which case you've got no hope anyway, because, everything's against you. Tom said, I'm thinking about Eric Ten Hag, not the Colombians. Fair, fair. You know, Ten Hag's going to have a £13.5 million payoff, so he'll be alright. Us Baldies taking over the world. Absolutely, Philip. Absolutely. We're unstoppable, bro. We're unstoppable. Right, I'm going to take you through the very latest scores in the League Cup games. So it's Liverpool 2-0 up here at Brighton. It's Villa 1, Palace 1, United 4-2 up against Leicester. Newcastle 2-0 up against Chelsea. Arsenal 2-0 up against Preston. And Spurs 2-0 up against Manchester City. Here come the changes. It is Cody Gakpo, who's coming off to be replaced by Mohamed Salah. And Darwin Núñez coming on as well. If you haven't seen Cody's 2 goals tonight, both of them absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Alex, I often say this myself, mate. Yeah, it's one of the rare jobs, isn't it, where you can be crap, get fired, and get a big dirty payoff, and walk into another job then. So, yeah, imagine being crap at your job and getting paid £13.5 million. I agree, Alex. It's mental. Football's a weird world at times. Finley said, Gomez has been solid, needs some love in the chat. It's great to see to see Joe get some minutes. He's an important part. Oh, well done, Robbo. He's an important part of our squad. Absolutely. That's why in the summer I was saying I don't want to lose him. Great bit of back post defending there from Andy Robertson. So, Brighton get the ball with Adingra, chip it to the far post where they would have had a simple tap in for Evan Ferguson, but Andy Robertson's there and has enough awareness around him to just touch that behind for a corner. Good defending, Robbo. Liz said, love to you all, talk soon. I hope your appointments went well, Liz, by the way. And thank you for dropping in as always. Always lovely to see you, my friend. Tom Goldsworthy said, Dom is a £60 million hendo. It's important for our squad. Look, everybody plays a role in the squad and everyone needs to do their jobs. I don't know if I brought it up on screen or not, Tom. I'll bring it up there for you now. And Dom does his job very well. You know, he should have scored, but other than that, Dom works really, really hard every single game. So, Stevie Boy said, why bring Salah and Núñez on? Game's done. I'm wondering if maybe there's some, and I don't know is the answer, but I'm wondering if it's something to just keeping them in rhythm. You know, I don't know. I'm sure there must be some type of sports science reason for it, which I don't know, mate. I agree with you. I think it feels like a risk, but maybe it's just keeping them sharp or something. I don't know. Brighton free kick was closed down by Liverpool there and blocked. Look, can I just say one thing on Szoboszlai? I don't get the hate. I don't get it. He's one of those players that I don't think you'll appreciate until he isn't there. So I'll continue to defend Dominic Szoboszlai because I feel like what Dominic Szoboszlai does is a pivotal part of what makes up the rest of our team. So I get people have their own opinions on it. You're entitled to. That's your view as a fan. But for me, I really do think that Dominic Szoboszlai is a very, very good footballer and serves a very important purpose in our squad side and the makeup of what we do. Hassan, how are you, mate? Welcome in. So we've 16 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and Liverpool leading by 2-0. Both of those goals coming courtesy of Cody Gakpo, and both of them absolutely amazing. Where's my favourite place to get a spice bag? I don't like spice bags, mate. Not my type of food. You say ban fake scores. They've been banned about 5 minutes ago. Like, they were banned within 2 seconds of coming into the chat. I mean, it took you more time to write your comment than it would have to just look up and see that it already banned them. Matoma coming on now for Brighton. Lads, I gotta say I'm very, very happy with this, because I thought this was a banana skin. I really wasn't sure what to expect tonight, and I'm buzzing to see us through to a quarter final if we hang on here and get the job done. Yeah, I'm buzzing, and I can't wait for the draw and see who we get. Hopefully a home draw anyway. I always want to see the lads in the Auto Cup scheme. And the only on for Liverpool as well here, by the way. Who did Naoni replace? Well done, good defending. Morton, was it? Thank you. Let's have a look at this. Nah, that wasn't a penno. That wasn't a penno. To me, lads, that was never a penalty. That challenge on Diaz. Oh, City have pulled one back against Spurs, by the way. It's now 2-1. So it's 2-1 in that game. City have pulled one back. Senior John said, I love Dom. I just think Elliott is a better talent. Look, I love Elliott as well. I'm a huge Elliott fan. And I can't wait for him to be back fit and available for Arnett. And thank you, Senior John, for your super chat, mate. Appreciate you. Oh, look at that! Little cheeky. I mean, he gave it away, like, but that little touch from Naoni, just class. Even though he gave it away, but I still love the touch. Goal kick, well done, ref. Right. Wes Roberts, thank you, Wes, for your super chat, my friend. Wes has said, Dom is going to find his form in the final third, but he brings so much to the rest of the game. I don't believe we felt it missing during the Arsenal game at times. So I said this the other day, Wes. I don't know if you were with us when I said it, but there was a really good piece done by James Alcott around the difference that Dom made when he came into that Arsenal game. I would certainly urge you to give it a watch if you haven't. James Alcott breaks down exactly why it was so influential when Dom came on and exactly what he brought to the team. Very good bit of analysis from James on that one. And yeah, I certainly learned a lot watching it as a Liverpool fan as well. So I'm sure you're aware of James Alcott's work, but if you haven't, definitely would suggest having a look. Very good content creator, and certainly breaks down and analyses things in great detail. Brighton still pushing here to try and get something. We are 78.5 minutes now. Again, Yaros, well done. Well done. So 4 goals in 2 games now for Gakpo in the League Cup this season. Again, thank you, Mark, for sending that on. 5-2 in the United game. United are now 5-2 up against Leicester. Give us United, lads. Give us United at Anfield in the quarters, please. That would be an interesting quarter final, wouldn't it? Give Arsenal, Spurs or City, and we'll take United at Anfield. Have we played well? Yes. At times, Paul. Again, remembering we made a lot of changes, but the goals, Paul, them goals. Oh, mate. Cody's goals today were sensational. So, if you haven't, do hit that subscribe button for me. Don't forget, we're going to stay with you and bring you the draw as well afterwards. So, if you haven't already subscribed, we'd love you to do so. And let's see if we can get to 2,000 likes as well. We're currently at 1,662 likes. We need, 337 now to get us up to 2,000. So if you haven't dropped a like, please do. And again, don't forget, you can subscribe to the Clips channel with the link at the top of the chat. Irfan, if you can see your messages, we can see your messages. So can you stop just looking for attention? If they're coming into the chat and you can see them, I can see them. Goal, Brighton, 2-1. Fuck. It was coming. Let's be honest, it was coming. Bollocks. 2-1. Adingra with the goal. I think it's a mistake. That's poor from Kwanzaa. Poor from Kwanzaa. Then Brighton have a strike. Saved by Aros. The rebound falls and Adingra stabs it home. Just came from a poor error in judgment, unfortunately, from Kwanzaa. Right, it's going to be an interesting last few minutes now. Remember, if they get it back to a draw, it goes straight to penalties. We need to stop being sloppy, boys. Wake up. Right. Brighton are going to just keep attacking. So if we get this right, we can counter-attack them. But they are going to keep coming. And Bradley could do with somebody stepping across there to give him a bit of help as well. Don't foul him, Connor. Don't foul him. Oh, Palace have gone 2-1 up, by the way, against Villa. Kamada with the goal there. Come on. Press, press, press. So people saying, I think we shouldn't have made subs. Ultimately, the goal came from a defensive mistake from Kwanzaa. You know, the goal didn't come from the substitutions. The goal came from sloppiness. So, you know, I get what you're saying about the substitutions and whatnot, but ultimately we still should be 2-0 up. It was a mistake from Kwanzaa that cost us the goal. Good ball, Trey. Liverpool with Lucho now, wide left. Come on, boys. Keep pressing. Keep pressing. Well done. And by the way, I'm not trying to say to people that we haven't regressed since the substitutions. We have. I'm with you on that. They've certainly weakened us or lost a bit of rhythm. Tom said, and I love this, Tom, well played. He said, young lads won't improve without adversity. True. Salah with a ball in, headed away by Lamptey, drops to Jones. Hit it, hit it, hit it! Oh! Oh, Lucho, go on. Go on, go on. Yes! 3-1. Whoop, whoop! Game over. 3-1. Luis Diaz. There we go. There we go. That'll keep everybody happy. Both left wingers scoring. That's the way to solve this headache. Ooh, 3-1. Just when it looked like Brighton were maybe getting back into it, we go up the other end, miss one opportunity, recycle possession, and then Lucho buries it. Well done, Lucho. Good save though from Steele. If there was a deflection, he palms it out. Then we win it back with Diaz, who continues to battle, gets past one challenge. Lamptey keeps going and then buries it near post. What a delicious little finish. Look at this finish from Diaz. It's delicious. Look at the battling. Go on. Drop of the shoulder. Leaves them for dead. Oh, so good. Through the legs as well. Through the legs. Uses the defender to block the keeper's view. Through the legs. In off the post. Absolutely. Chef's kiss finish there from Luis Diaz. Now, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's looking a little bit calmer. Matoma now up the other end for Brighton. And there's a good challenge on him from Kwanzaa. Well done, Jarrell. We can breathe again. We can breathe again. Are you not entertained, my friends? Guillermo, how are we, dude? So, again, we're only 200 likes away from 2,000, so please do keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and don't forget, lots of stuff coming up after the game. We're going to have our match reaction, where you guys will vote for your man of the match. We'll also give you a chance to submit your player ratings for a player ratings video as well. And if you want to subscribe to our clips channel right now, you'll see a link pinned to the top of the chat. If you go over there and hit that button and subscribe to us, you're going to help us out massively. Roger said, Craig, this would be a great result. Mate, I'm very happy if we see this one out of 3-1. It's never an easy place to go and play Brighton. I was concerned when the draw was made because I knew it wasn't going to be a straightforward evening. And welcome in, by the way, to anybody who's joining us for the first time. Thank you for coming in. The draw, Daniel, I believe, sir, is after the game. GK Reality said, Craig, any news about Saudi Arabia wanting to buy us? No news on it. Interestingly, though, I did read something on Saudi Arabia looking to start scaling back their investments outside of the kingdom. There was a piece today that suggested that Newcastle might be one of the victims, is that the right word, of this scaling back. So, yeah, it looks like they're going to start looking to invest more internally in Saudi Arabia and build up the economy from there. So, yeah, no news, mate, on any updates on it. What do you think about the first Welsh League team being in Europe? TNS, if I'm not mistaken, in the Conference League. I'd say the same to you, though, about Ireland. We have a couple of participants in the Conference League this year as well. It's just great. You know, that's what that competition's supposed to be about, isn't it? Giving countries and clubs who may not normally have a chance to get into Europe an opportunity to play. Danny Boy said, my first time watching. Well, thank you, Danny Boy. I hope to see you back again, mate. Welcome in. Garrett said, awesome coverage as always, Craig. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Texas in the house. Chandler, how are we? I always wanted to visit Texas as well. 3-0 Newcastle. Nope, it's not. You corrected yourself. It's 2-0. And thank you, Mons, for correcting yourself, mate. Appreciate the update and the quick correction. Croatia in the house. Musa Ali, welcome in, my friend. Man of the match so far. It's got to be Gakpo, hasn't it? Mitoma. Headed away. Out of the box. Strike. Deflection. 3-2. Oh, can't blame Yaros on that one. Did that deflect off Kwanzaa as well? Oh, the poor lad. Did this come off Kwanzaa as well, lads? So it's headed away by Robbo. Edge of the box. A strike. Yep. Off Kwanzaa again. Oh, Jesus. 3-2. I don't even know if it was going on target, you know, before it hits Kwanzaa's ankle. 5 minutes added on. So we 5 minutes to see this out, or it's going to penos. Certainly making this hard work. Free kick to us, deep inside the Brighton half. Silver said, I didn't take the steal saves bet, but now he's exactly 4 saves. Sorry, mate. Sorry. But I'm glad you're still with us anyway, mate. And thank you for your super chat. So Kwanzaa being taken off now. Kwanzaa taken off to be replaced by Kanade for the last 4 minutes of stoppage time. Got a feel for the young lad. It's one of those days he's not going to want to remember. But as long as he learns from it and moves on from it, I'm sure it will stand him in good stead moving forward. Ruthless slot, Craig. Look, I'm not against a bit of ruthlessness. It's about getting the result, isn't it? You know, you can talk through Kwanzaa in the future. You work on his confidence, build him up, but it's about getting the result. So I guess the manager's just trying to... Oh, another free kick. And Kanade on a yellow then straight away. Oh. So Welbeck on up against... He's got... Look at him! Welbeck's got Kanade's shirt. Welbeck's got an armful of Kanade's shirt. And Kanade gets booked. That is gimpery of the highest order. That's mental. Like, the ref was behind it, so clearly didn't even see what was going on. And then, yeah, and then books Kanade. Anyway, 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Cody Gakpo has been given player of the match by Sky. Liverpool now with Darwin on the counter, far left side. And Darwin just runs out of pitch. It's time now to go full Arsenal and start heading for the corner flags. Come on, boys. 90 seconds of stoppage time to go. Come on, boys. Defend. Offside flag. Take your time. Take your time. Offside here, boys. Eat up the clock. He's banned, mate. Again, you're asking me to do something that's already done. That was a waste. We went straight long and went all the way through. Why do we just go long and give it straight back to them? Head for the corner flag. Corner. Keep it in. Oh my God, lads. Come on. Fuck's sake. Don't be dropping back. Stand up. Step up. Well done. Back to the keeper. Right, ref. We've had the 5 minutes now. Clear it, Canade. Clear it. Back to the keeper. That'll do. You clear it, Yaros. It is all over. Referee blows up. Liverpool have beaten Brighton by 3-2 to book our place in the quarter-final of the League Cup. We made hard work of that at the end. It was definitely an entertaining game. But we are now finished up at 3-2. And I'm going to ban that idiot who's trying to say it's 3-3 even when the game's over. So yeah, we've won. We're going to stay live. We'll be back live for our match reaction and obviously the draw. So, job done, my friends. Do keep hitting that subscribe button for me and drop a like as well. I'm going to stay on here for a sec before we move towards our match reaction because there's a lot to unpack there. But Liverpool have gone to the Amex, beaten Brighton by 3-2 and booked their place in the quarter-final of the League Cup, where that draw is going to be taking place after these fixtures end. So we will bring you the outcome of the quarter-final draw. I'm predicting a home draw against United. That's my prediction. Kwanzaa is garbage. No, mate, your comment and your attitude is garbage. Do you not think Kwanzaa knows he didn't have a good game? Do you not think Kwanzaa knows? But idiots like you are the reasons why young players don't go near social media. Rather than just say, like many people have in the chat, got a feel for Kwanzaa, you'll have better days, which is the normal, respectful thing to do. No, modern day arseholes like you just go with, he's trash. That's the way to build up the confidence of a young player, mate. Well in, you're definitely a great fan. Right, I'm going to go. I will be back for the match reaction. Be back in 60 seconds. It's going to auto-direct you anyway, but there's also a link at the top of the chat. And I will see you in 60 seconds for the match reaction. Thank you to everyone that joined us. Send super chats, comments. Appreciate you all as always. Last one before we go. Arthur Smith, thank you for being with us, Arthur. As a member for 7 months. Said, I feel for young Jarrell. Was crying on the bench. Mate, it's a difficult day for him. And we need to get behind him as fans, not like that other idiot and this other idiot in the chat. Look, I'm just going to ban anyone who's trolling on Kwanzaa because you're idiots. But he will come again. And we've got the result. That's the most important thing.